100.
Keep it 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Sunday afternoon, folks. Yes, we did. We changed it up from Wednesday to Sunday because we want to bring you all the before and after to get you ready for your week of high school football. I'm with my man RT and my man Big E. What's going on, fellas, on this Sunday?
Oh, nothing much. You just woke up, got filled with the word at church, and then came home and took a nap.
That's what I'm talking about. RT, what about you?
Oh, man. You know, doing a little pre-work before, the real work tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand that.
That's just about it, and I get to come here and, try to be cool like y'all two.
Man, I tell you, man, it was a pretty good deal what we did Friday night. Us three get to go out, and then we got to go to that Choctaw Dell City game.
Yeah.
A lot of good big plays, a great high school opening. I can't say opening week because it's week 0. But, I mean, you're talking about two teams that battled to the very end, and it came down to a timeout.
Yeah.
And that's what it came down to. I think if Choctaw calls that timeout, they got a chance to win the play. You got Big Will Smith sitting over there. I mean, big tight end that had caught a ball earlier. And I just tell you, man, Coach Jones, he escaped one up by 18 with about 9 minutes left in the ball game. And I don't know if he kind of put the 10 up and said, let's go home and get ready for next week or what. But you can't do that with Choctaw. Not when you got the man of steel that did a great job, had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
With his feet in his arm.
Yep.
I got to give it up to the quarterback over at Dell City.
Day-Day.
Day-Day. I mean, Day-Day was his first start. Comes in probably about 5'7", 5'8", probably about $125. Just kidding. Probably about $150 with some weights in his pocket. But I tell you, he matched still. People don't want to hear that, but I think he matched him. He threw 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions. Didn't turn the ball over. Did a good job running the ball too. But Dell City got some players. I mean, that Canigel is the real deal.
He's the real deal.
You can call him a prime time. I mean, he plays safety. But I tell you, though, Choctaw had their chances. I mean, 2 interceptions at the beginning of the game. They kind of hurt them. That you take away and get some points out of that. Hey, it's a whole different ball game. Yeah. But like I said, when you up by 18 with almost 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you got to close the door. Yeah. You got to shut the door. You can't let them back in. And I know Coach Jones will get those things fixed. But I tell you, folks, there were some great games all weekend, We're going to have a couple special guests on tonight. We're going to have Tyson Williams from Bixby. That's what we're doing. We're going out to 918 and grabbing them now, folks.
Yes,
hey, we ain't just standing on the 405. We're trying to grab them from all parts, But I tell you, we'll have him, and then we'll have that outstanding quarterback. As you all can see on my table, I got that what?
That fool's gold on the table.
I got that black and gold.
He said
fool's gold.
Hey,
the real black and gold. The real black and gold, E. Let me keep it 100 with you, E. Because there's a difference between my black and gold and that gold you got over there on the other side of 10th Street. You know what I'm saying? No, E, you want me to tell you why?
Why?
Because Coach Hall has won a couple championships.
Okay.
Memphis City's won a couple championships.
Okay.
Coach Hall, hey, Coach Hall's won 2.
Star Spencer Booker T.
There you go, Star Spencer. Hey, you said it late, but got it what?
Straight.
There you go, E. Hey, E.
All right.
You still keeping timeouts in your back pocket.
You got one? You ready to call it?
I think
You
I would have
forgot?
called it. No, I would have called it. I would have used it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you don't use it, you can spike the ball.
Yeah, that too.
There's a lot of things you can do,
Yeah.
but hey, we'll get on to that because, I mean, I know all them Choctaw are already mad at me because what I say and what I do, they get upset. But, hey, it's all good, man. It's for fun and games, I mean, you know what cracks me up about this?
What's that?
Trump can say what he want to say, right?
Yeah.
Nobody get mad.
Fake news.
Fake news. Tony
Fake
Johnson
news.
say something on Keep It 100. Oh, my God, why are you talking about my team like that? Why you do that to us? What's going on?
Yeah.
Why are you hating on us? Your kids weren't here.
Yeah.
No, it's called Keep It What?
100.
So why am I going to fake the news?
Right.
I'm going to give it to you straight.
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 It might be late, but you're going to get it
I'm going
straight.
to get it straight.
Okay.
That's it. You know what I'm saying, fellas?
Yeah.
But, hey, man, I tell you, though, you had something like, we got this young man coming on here in a second, Mr. Tyson. But I tell you, he opened the season up, against a Wasp on a Thursday night. So they didn't play Friday. They played Thursday. He had some pretty good ball game. I got the chance to watch the game. Kind of talked to him. I kind of gave him a hard time. I said, don't get beat on that wheel route because he should have got beat on the wheel route. But I tell you, us three were sitting here texting each other, watching the game. And I said, man, I don't think Bixby will win it. He said, well, you're talking too fast, Tony. You're just talking too fast.
Yeah.
I said, E. I just don't think Bixby got it. I don't think. I mean, that Preston kid was. I mean, you could just tell.
Yeah.
That offense ain't the same.
Yeah.
They have no passing game. Coach Cole, forgive me. I'm just keeping it 100. But they got a running game. You know, they got some big boys in their offensive line. But I tell you, Wassel should have won the ball game.
What was the final score?
Ooh wee!
You cannot say it's Bixby won 49-14. You can't say Owasso should have won that game.
They won by 35.
No. Y'all didn't let me finish.
Oh,
okay.
Y'all really interrupted me.
Okay.
I do that all the time. But I'm saying Cole Adams went out the game, right?
That is true.
And before he went out the game, he was having all kind of fantasy numbers putting up.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I think at first he had like 3 catches for about 109 or something like that.
So I'm just telling you, I think he's a big part of their offense. And when he went out, you could tell the offense kind of went a different direction. But I mean, the running back attack wasn't that strong. I think Bixby came with 2 quarterback system. I kind of liked it, but I tell you, either one of them could really throw the ball that well. So,
man, I don't like that whole 2 quarterback system. Man, I don't like it at all.
We're going to get in that because this team kind of went to a 2 quarterback system too. And I know one.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's tough. And one young
and it
man,
wasn't because of the injury. I think that was the game plan.
That was the game plan. You know, going into the game, they was going to run 2 QBs, and you know,
that's tough.
And I tell you right there, you know, it's a tough it's a tough pill to swallow if you're a father of a QB, and QBs are they're the toughest position to play on the team because I mean, I had the same conversation my brother did with one of the dads on our team. You know, we got 2 quarterbacks. You know, we went out in scrimmage a couple weeks ago, and our starting quarterback, he wasn't getting the job done. He was fumbling. He was scared. And so we went with the backup quarterback.
The game plan was to go with your number 1.
My number 1. That was but
right.
he wasn't getting the job done.
Right.
But their number 1 was getting the job done. He took them all the way to a semifinals.
Last year,
only
2 turnovers, over 2,000 yards passing, almost 800 in rushing.
And you know, you go to a 2 quarterback system. But hey, I don't get paid to coach. I'm here just trying to figure out what's going on because I'm just telling you right now, my baby boy was playing QB and he did all that. I might be. I mean, hey, coach, we gotta have a meeting.
Yeah. Well, at least you think they'll meet with you?
I mean, hey, we're gonna do something. I go to the house. I'm gonna do something. Email, send smoke signs, something. I'm gonna do something. We're gonna get a meeting. We're gonna get a meeting.
Y'all gonna meet?
We're gonna meet.
What if they don't want to meet with you?
Hey, man.
Then what you gonna do?
I'm gonna tell you like I'm gonna tell you like I tell those people I call AT&T. Let me talk to your boss.
Oh, what if the boss is on the same page?
Hey man, we gotta do something. We're gonna do something.
Oh, okay.
You gonna hear me? I speak loud, and I tell you right now, they probably don't need to worry about me. You probably need to worry about HR Jessica.
Well, that's why I always say control the controllable.
Control what you
those
control.
little things you can't control.
No, you're right. And coaches, they get paid to make they get paid good to make these decisions. So I don't know what the decision is, but I mean, how do you feel about that, Big E?
What decision? About the decision to go with a 2 quarterback system?
Yeah, 2 quarterback system.
I
mean, especially if one guy's already got it done.
Yeah, if the one guy already got it done, I think you let him roll with it. But I don't know. If you got 2 guys, it's kind of hard.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Okay. Then we'll go to.
So E, if you were doing a really good job,
mm-hmm.
I mean exceptional job, you're almost to the championship. You put your team on your back. You done been through many battles, overtime, coming back. You was at the Guthrie game. And
CA Magic.
When you realize that you're now going to have to share your role, what is that telling you? Is that telling you that maybe they're not as confident in you, or someone is just as good as you or better than you? I mean, these are assumptions.
Yep.
But what does that tell you?
If I was in that position, I honestly, I'd feel some type of way about it. But at the same time, if you know, I've always been this is me personally. I've always been a team first kind of guy,
mm-hmm.
and I'm willing to do whatever it takes for the team to win. So if like my coach was like, hey, I think we got a better shot if we kind of run you and the other guy,
mm-hmm.
and that's what what he truly thought in his mind, then yeah, I think I'd roll.
So in your career, since you're a team player, if they said, hey, E, we're just going to pay you minimum wage, but we're going to pay everybody else this amount. Are you going to be a team player, or are you going to find another job?
Well, when you get money involved, now it's time to get another job.
It is money involved when you're trying to get a scholarship.
That's true.
Scholarship pays about over $100,000 or more.
That's true.
And you ain't trying to have no debt when you're done. I mean, it is money involved. What I mean, and that's just being real because, and honestly, like I said, I'm not the coach. We just here to put the news and talk about it. I mean, it's a topic to talk about. Fortunately, that young man got hurt, so they will have just a one quarterback system right now. Our prayers go out to Reed DeQuasley. Hopefully, everything comes back well. Hope for a speedy recovery. I hope it ain't as bad as they say it is. But I just tell you, right now, it will be Cash's show to run the show, and hopefully, Cash can come in with the cash money and get things done. Because I tell you, his next step is going. These next 2 weeks is going to be tough.
Midwest City Muskogee.
You got Midwest City Muskogee, 2 great athletic teams, and he'll get to go against a great quarterback himself and DJ Irvin that we'll have on this show a little bit. That's pretty cool. We can have a little Midwest City quarterback, got that Midwest City helmet up. I feel good.
You feel good?
I feel good today. I got the
I mean, but you've already had Carl Albert, Dale City, now Midwest City. You hitting them all, man.
And we didn't get Steel, but we got his daddy. I think that was even better.
Yeah.
But I tell you though, man. Like I said, Carl Albert took a spanking. I know those guys over there get things rolling. They don't want to start off 0-2, 0-3. And it's tough when you lose your QB because now you got to kind of change your game plan a little bit. And I got a chance to watch the game, and you saw a lot of guys getting beat up and banged around. And I just tell you, man, it's going to stay. It's going to be hard to. I mean, even Cash went out the game one time, and they brought in a sophomore quarterback, little bitty dude, number 14.
Really?
Yeah, and. And I just tell you right now,
man.
you don't want to put your state championship in the sophomore's hand, and maybe he can get the job done. But I just tell you, man, you got to keep these guys healthy. I know one thing they're not probably going to do with Cash is run a lot of that read option with him. It'd probably be more of a passing attack because the kid can sling the ball.
Yeah, he's a very great passer.
And I think that's why Oklahoma State went and got him to become a baseball player.
Yep.
A pitcher up there because watching him and he can sling the ball. I tell you, they had 2 backs. I saw 2 backs run the ball. They had the Robinson young man, and they had the young, I think, sophomore number 15, Davis.
Caden Davis.
Caden Davis.
That kid's a stud, man.
A good-looking kid. I think they even got him playing a little bit of defensive end or outside linebacker.
Yep.
Big, thick kid. But I just tell you, when Robinson wants to run, he can run.
Yeah.
I saw him, run over some people. But it seems like that gas tank gets kind of low a little bit real quick.
Because he's also playing both sides of the ball.
Like I said, that's tough when you're playing both sides of the ball because, and he's playing a position that you get hit all the time.
On both sides of the ball.
Both sides. He's hitting somebody, then he's getting
hit.
And
it was similar to Reed because Reed was also playing defense. See, Reed is a great athlete, which allowed him to be more mobile and can run the ball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whereas Cash is more of a pocket passer. He never really had the experience or a reason to have to run the ball. And if everyone can stay healthy, I believe they still can make a strong push. But that's the key, is staying healthy. At the very beginning of the year, several have already been banged up, and it's like every week someone is getting hurt. And when you don't have a lot of depth and you got a lot of players playing both ways, when you get deep down into the season, that can catch up with
you. Bumps and bruises, man.
Yeah.
You got to ice him and get it right. But shout out to Mason Ford on that 92-yard kickoff return. I don't know how many he had all together.
Yeah.
But if he got one, he only needs 5 more to break Kawita's record.
All-time touchdowns.
All-time touchdown. I was really shocked, man. Because you look at Mason on some of the film, his videos, man. He looks taller than what he is.
Yeah.
Man. He's a little short guy, but he got some speed. Great athlete, man, on both sides of the ball. He played a little bit everywhere. Played some wildcat, played a little running back, played mostly receiver, played corner. So I just tell you, folks, if you're looking for somebody out there and you're trying to recruit a good athlete, there he is, man. And I tell you, it's going to be interesting, man. Who's going to win 5A? Because, like I said, we'll talk more about that after one of these sponsors. We're going to bring Mr. Tyson Williams on from Bixby. I know he's ready to talk to us and get this going. So we'll be back. What? After one of our what?
After one of our sponsors.
Keep it 100.
Oklahoma High School Sports.
Right back.
Man, Dad, all this crazy weather has gotten our roof and gutters all messed up.
Good thing we know some guys over at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters. They can inspect and repair your roof and gutters and get in contact with your insurance company in 72 hours or less.
Call Jay Hunt at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters at 405-473-0674. No job is too big or too small for Rain Down Roofing and Gutters. Welcome back to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Sunday afternoon. Like I said, yes, we changed up on you. We're not on Wednesday. We're on Sundays now to try to get you the best sports out there as quick as we can because we want everybody to check out Keep It 100. And, folks, we're doing our things. We got a guy from all the way from Bixby, Oklahoma, one of the 3-time state champions. I know he's got 3 rings on his finger, and he's trying to get his 4th, and they moved up to Big 6A, Mr. Tyson William. How you doing, Tyson?
Doing good. How y'all doing?
Man, we doing good. We doing good. I got RT and I got Big E sitting here next to me, and we're really privileged to have a young man from Bixby. I know Coach Cole kind of put your name out there and kind of told us about you, man. And I've been kind of keeping you for the last few weeks, but I just want to ask you, man, what's it like playing for Bixby?
It's great playing for Bixby, being in that winning environment and also having the coaches there. Just always fun every day.
You know, Bixby's on a 50-game winning streak, and you've been part of that because you've been there since your sophomore year, your freshman year. How long you been there? But that's pretty amazing to have 50 games and you being a big part of that. What's it been like on this winning thread? Because everybody, when you lose one, man, people's gonna probably shed some tears because you ain't used to losing. When you ain't lost, it's gonna be different. So what's it been like winning all these ball games?
It's great. It just shows the testimony that our coaches have because I think we have the best coaches in the state, and them just being constantly consistent and making us consistent too, like lifting every day. They don't want to skip in the lift. Just practicing hard in the way to keep us in check.
So, growing up, in Tulsa area, and you decided, to go to Bixby, what was your choice to pick Bixby over a Jinx or a Wausau, a Union, or a Broken Arrow, some of the other powerhouse, and, they were big 6A, and you was playing a small 6A. What was your choice to go with Bixby?
It was just like how everyone's loyal here, and no one will switch up, and just like the friendly environment, and everyone just working toward together. You'll have blood all together, cheers, and just grinding every day, especially during the summer. Everyone becomes family.
That's big
very
time.
quick.
I'm sorry.
I was saying, like, everyone becomes family very quick.
That's big time. That's big time. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like I said, you play defensive back. Have you played any other position, just DB, or do you work out with Dobbins, one of the best foot doctors up there in Tulsa? Who do you're training with?
I do my training with Dobbins.
Oh, that's it. That's it. The foot doctor. We call him the foot doctor. My boys went with him. RT son trained with him, and there's another guy out of Dallas. Clay Mack is just like Dobbins, but on this side of on the Red River, Dobbins kind of hold it down. I know people who drive from all over to come see him because you can see in your footwork and kind of watching your game the other night, man, you got really good feet. Have you always been a corner, or can you play free safety too?
When I first started football, I was a kicker at first.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely changed from here. Started playing football 7th grade, was a kicker. Went to 8th grade, tried other things, still had me kicking. And then my freshman year, I got pulled up for one game for JV just to kick because their kicker was out. And then started focusing more on DB because my dad and my brother played it. And just from there, Dobbins really helped me learn what I was doing at DB.
That's good stuff. So, like you said you played kicker. Did you play soccer at a younger age, or you just
I was a soccer kid from age 3 to 13, 14, and then I just focused on football.
That's big time. RT, got any questions?
Yeah, each program, such as like colleges, OU got strength and conditioning coach. What's that, Smitty? And then
Coach Smith.
OSU got Coach Glass, and we hear a lot about Bixby's strength and conditioning program. We see a lot of the videos you guys put out of you guys in the weight room. Do you think that has helped with the success you guys had with winning 50 games and so many state championships in the last 6 or 7 years?
Yes, most definitely. As I already stated, lifting every day besides the one Sunday normally we get off. Other teams will say, we had a game yesterday, we'll just chill, watch film. After the next game, we're still lifting.
Good. And that's exactly what they do at the next level. So when you do make it to the next level, you already kind of be somewhat conditioned for that, which make your transition really good. I got one more question for you. Outside of being part of the most consecutive games here in Oklahoma, 50 right now, and winning those state championships at Bixby, outside of that experience or those memories, what would you like to be remembered most when you leave, when you graduate Bixby? What would you like to be remembered most about?
I'd probably say that I was a good Christian dude. Being Christian is a big part of my faith. I would like people to remember me that first. And then just being nice to people, someone who just chill, they can approach. And yeah, I'll say around that.
That's really good because being respectful and having good character will take you a long way, especially much further than sports can, and building those relationships. The better your relationships, the bigger your network in life itself, and the more people that have at your back, it makes your life so much easier.
Yes.
You got any questions?
Yeah, so, when we were talking to Coach Cole, Bixby, y'all have a lot of stars on that team, but we reached out to Coach Cole, or Tony reached out to Coach Cole. He's like, who's a guy who's not getting a lot of attention and, who needs to be brought into the spotlight? Mm-hmm. So, in that regard, is there are you kind of flying under the radar in recruiting right now? Do you have any offers, or you got any schools talking to you at the moment?
Yeah, I have 4 offers, 3 from NAI and then 1 D3.
1 D3.
And yeah, I had a D1 coach talk to me, but then I showed him my HCT score back when it wasn't the best, and he just ignored me after that. And then I got my HCT up, so just waiting for another coach.
Yeah.
But you guys gotta, moving up to Big 6A, you guys gonna play some better competition. Like the other night, you got a chance to cover Cole Adams a little bit, and I know you was on him until he got hurt. You did a pretty good job. I know he kind of ran out, a little slant on you, and you kind of knocked it down. When you kind of make those plays, man, I mean, and like I told you the other night, you need to put those things on Twitter because this is a guy that's going to Alabama.
Right.
And people say, man, if he can cover the Alabama guy, he can cover anybody in the Big 12 or SEC or, ACC. And like I said, you got to get your name out there because a lot of times guys can fly on the radar and they got game. You play on that Sooner 7 team, so it's a national team, and a lot of those guys, that work under Dobbins, and even reach out to Dobbins, and ask him, like Kansas. Kansas just had a tryout for walk-ons, so that tells me they don't have enough guys. If they're having tryouts for walk-ons, I mean, you might send your film to a Kansas, or a Texas State, or SMU, some of these smaller schools, or North Texas, or even UCO. I mean, UCO's a good school, man. I mean, I know they got a new coach, and they're trying to build their program up. Sometimes D1 is not always to be what it is, man. We were talking about a young man, Donnie Stevens, a great outside linebacker that went to Dale City. He's up there at OSU, and he's fighting to get it on the depth chart. He went from number 2, now he's number 4, and he's scratching his head. I mean, you got to think, when you go D1, it becomes a full-time job. D2 is not as bad, and, NAI is not as bad. There's some good NAI programs. So, I know every young man wants to go D1, and every father wants his kid to go D1. I mean, and I know me and RT both wanted that for our boys, and, it didn't pan out. It did more for RT. His son went to Oklahoma State and played special teams, but sometimes it don't work out. So, I mean, whoever's going to give you that education and pay for that education, man, I think your parents would love that because it's less money coming out of their pocketbook. So, man, just keep grinding and doing the things you can do because it's all going to pay itself out. I promise you that.
And I would like to piggyback on that. Oftentimes, the recruiting process is like a roller coaster. Your emotions are up, down. The coaches seem very interested in you, and then next thing you know, you don't hear from them. They kind of ghost you. Don't let that discourage you. Begin harassing them in the most polite, professional way. And what I mean by that, if they're not responding to DMs or text messages or emails, start calling. Show up. Get your name put on the list so that you can go and watch a game. And then once you are there in person, start building that conversation. Start talking to them and meeting the players. Send them your film every single week. Whatever you do, do not give up. Continue to have that great work ethic. And another thing, and I'm pretty sure you're already aware of this, but with the whole transfer portal in that COVID year, it has really made it challenging for you high school kids coming out of high school looking for that opportunity at the next level. Why? Because those Division I coaches, first thing they do is they go to the transfer portal. Yes, after that, they looking at the JUCO kids and possibly Division II. And the reason why is they updated the rules where you no longer have to sit out a year if you were already playing at a 4-year university. You get that 1-year exception. So a lot of kids can transfer now if they're not happy where they're at. And then you throw in that NIL to where, in a way, it's kind of paying kids to the best kids or so-called best kids, the 4 and 5 stars, to come over to your program. So you have a lot of challenges outside of what you can control. So let's just focus on what you can control, which is your attitude, great work ethic, and don't give up. And that's that will get you further than what you know, because you may be thinking like, I'm about to walk away from it. No one's biting, and before you know it, here come a coach knocking on your door.
Yeah.
So Tyson, I mean, like, what's it like at a Bixby practice, man? Because like I said, you guys are ran kind of like a small college, man. What's it like playing for Coach Montgomery, man? Because I tell you, man, this guy has got that program running and going. I mean, you know, you guys beat Jinx last year. That was a big 6A team that went off in one state. Mm-hmm. You guys won state in small 6A. So what's it like? What does he do? I mean, is he breaking down film? I mean, what does he do that kids want to come play at that program? Because I'm telling you, man, it's amazing what he's done. A 50-game winning streak.
Every day is organized in a specific way. Like before practice, we watch film. Like tomorrow, since Monday, we'll do a little scouting report and then just slowly implement stuff during practice for it. And then we'll get on to our individual drills. If you do receiver, DB drills, and then we'll all come together for a little team and then separate and then come back together towards the end. Yes. Offensive and defensive emphasis on practice just to help the offense go against some better people on defense to get a good look, and vice versa with the defense. And then the next day, we'll go up, watch film, and see what mistakes just to clean it up, and then so on and so forth till Friday or next game day.
So you've been privileged to get to play for the Presley brothers, and they got a young one that's playing on the freshman team right now. But what was it like playing with those guys, and then your big tight end, man? I mean, like somebody sent a picture of him the other day, man, and that guy looks huge. But what's it been like playing with those type of guys, man? Because it seems like the Presley guys are real laid back. They're not real arrogant, cocky. But watching that young man, especially the youngest one, watching him play, man, some of the moves and plays he made, did you ever sit on the sideline and be like, wow?
Yes. Whole high school just watching on sideline, like, man, this guy's crazy. It's like a video game.
Yes.
Always fun to watch, and going against practice, it just made everyone better because you're going against these D1 players, and if you think you can make it D1, it's just giving you that little practice before it. It's just crazy playing with them. They're great to compete with.
Absolutely. You know, Bixby, with them being so dominant over the years, you know, y'all have won the last 50. We've mentioned it a bunch of times, but what's a team that was probably the hardest to game prep for, or like game day you showed up and they kind of hit you with a little resistance? What was that toughest team to play out of the past, 2 or 3 years?
I would probably say 2 or 3 years. Maybe Jinx last year. Yeah, because I wouldn't say because they just surprised us. It was just our fault for slowing down, thinking we got it easy, because we started going a little bit on them, and then just started slowing up, and then they started coming back. We all need that wake up moment to not, like, once you're up so much, not to relax, just keep the gas on the pedal.
Right.
I think he asked you that question because he's a graduate from Choctaw, and they played you guys a couple times.
That is not at all.
That was the setup.
Not at all.
So I gotta say, you know, they played you guys a couple times, man, and you know, I know they went down to your place. It might have been your sophomore year.
Yes.
They came down to your place and played you guys to a tight game, and everybody thought it was going to be a blowout. Then they played you in the state championship and had a chance to win the game, and didn't call a timeout, but and end up losing that ball game too. Right. So, but what I mean, I'm just saying. So, what's it been like? Because I know the next year you guys came to their house and beat them 77-7. So, I mean, I think that's what he was looking for you to say, the Yellow Jackets. But I know they
that's
kinda,
not the case.
I mean, I'm just asking the man a question. But I mean, when y'all played Choctaw, I know that game you beat them 77-7. Was Coach hyped and ready to say, "Hey, man, we're gonna let these guys know we are Bixby"?
Before the game, we were just getting hyped because we all remember from the state championship that, man, these guys are hard, everything. We're going to have to really be on it. I think we just executed the game plan perfectly, just doing what we could do, especially with having that D line. they didn't give the quarterback any time to throw. We were really blessed to have them. They really helped, and having that best defense at the time.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, just say coaches really helped us for that.
So how many years have you been a starter? Is this your first year? Did you play a lot last year? You play a lot as your sophomore? How many years have you started for the Bixby?
This will be my second year starting,
That's
but
big.
last year I missed the first 3 games due to a broken collarbone.
Woo! So how long was you
Yeah.
out for a collarbone?
I say like almost the whole, like I guess 2/3 of the summer, and then missed the first 3 games.
Man, that's tough.
Wow.
That's tough.
All
That's tough.
time.
Man, we just had one of our sons. You know, his son's a starting quarterback for Carl Albert. He broke his collarbone, and we're hoping for
Ooh.
a speedy recovery. But I don't think he's
Yeah.
gonna get back this season, especially
It's
to hear
gonna be
your story.
Yeah.
Was the process hard trying to come back from that broken collarbone? I mean, was it a lot of therapy?
Yes, a lot of therapy. You know, it's just hard emotionally too, just because you want to get out there and play,
Right.
but it won't let you. Just moving your arm and all that, you can barely even do that.
Mm.
So it's just God got me through that though. When I did it, just constantly praying.
That's
And it
good
was
stuff.
just-
That's good.
That's good stuff. But Tyson, man, I tell you, man, it's a pleasure having you on the show, man.
Yes.
We had our first Bixby
Thank
Spartan,
you.
and I tell you, man, it's good having you. I mean, you can always go get guys from Tulsa, but I just tell you, Coach Cole was really, amped about getting you on the show and getting your name out there. And like I said, when we play this clip, we'll put your huddle out there. But like you said, you just keep doing what you can do
Right.
each week, and keep putting your clip out on Twitter. We'll retweet it. We'll
Yep.
keep in touch with you, man. I'll call and check in with you because, like I said, everybody wants that chance, man. Granted, if it's not D1, if you can go play for anywhere and get that school paid for, that's a blessing. Because at the end of the day, football only takes you so far. I mean, I really believe that, man. And I had to learn that with my 2 own sons and move on. And then, like I said, it is tough as a father. And I know your dad probably thinks the same thing. Like, man, my baby boy out there, he balling,
Right.
and he's doing his thing, but ain't nobody knocking on the door. But like RT said,
Yeah.
somebody will come knocking.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, you got the faith, you believe in the Lord, and sometimes the Lord works in mysterious ways, and He'll find you
Yes.
somewhere that you like, man, I didn't know I had this, and it's all gonna work out. You just keep doing what you're doing each week, and keep balling, keep being a man of faith, and I tell you, it's all gonna work out. I promise you that. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you on that. So you just keep doing what you do. Who y'all got this week?
We have Springdale Harbor.
Oh, okay.
No, the Arkansas team.
Yeah, we got to go up to Arkansas for them.
Are they pretty good?
Yes, they're going to be good.
They had, I want to say, Arkansas had about 3 teams here just past Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So when y'all knock off against Jinx, when y'all got Jinx?
Oh, that's like later in the season.
Last game of the season. It's going to be on ESPN.
On ESPN.
Oh, it's gonna be on the end.
Yeah.
You got to ball
You're gonna
out
show
that
out.
game. You got to show out. Hey, we might even get you a towel to put on your back. You have to keep it 100 on it.
Hey, I'll work though. I will.
Yeah, I
Okay.
love it, man.
Okay.
I tell you though, man. I saw your family picture, man. You got a beautiful family, man, and you can just tell you guys are a tight, close network, and that's how it should be. That's how my family is. We usually have Sunday dinners, but my sons, one's in college, and one's doing his thing, and so it's good to have that family, man, behind you and backing you. So you just keep doing what you're doing, man. I promise you, everything's gonna work out. I do.
Yep.
I really believe
Yeah.
that.
Thank you.
Guys, anything else before we close out?
No, I think that'll do it. We appreciate you coming on, taking time out of your weekend. I know after that game Friday night, people get banged up. You want to rest up on the weekends, but we appreciate you taking time out of your weekend to
Definitely.
talk to us.
Thank you for the invitation.
No, I appreciate it, brother. Like I said, you keep doing your thing and keep tweeting, and like I said, I'll keep up with you out during the season, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, folks, that's Tyson Williams right out of Bixby, Oklahoma, man, and you heard his story, man. He broke his collarbone, came back strong. He's a 2-year starter. Anytime you can start 2 years for Bixby, it tells you're a ball player because if you look at it, man, Bixby they got some players. They probably got over 150 kids they can choose from, but him being a starting defensive back, it just tells you what his game is like because, hey, you got to have game to be on the Bixby squad.
Definitely.
And especially winning 50 games in a row. And Coach Montgomery is probably one of the best high school coaches that's out there. I know a lot of teams probably go after him every day, and he's worked his team off and his butt off to get the team to where they be because before nobody knew about Bixby. Then they kind of hit on the map, and they're not just beating 5A teams and 6A teams. They came down here to Carl Albert and picked up a game and let Carl Albert know we the real deal. Then they beat up on Jinx, but I have to say you got to give Tata a little bit of love because they did hold them to less points. I know that's what he was trying to get at, but Choctaw really had a chance to beat them in the state championship, and probably could have beat them. And they had a couple bad calls at when they played them at Bixby. They had a couple bad calls that could have went either way, but hey, that's how it falls. You know, it's hard to go beat a great team at home because usually you're gonna get them calls and the road teams not. But I tell you, Choctaw did put a program. I mean, something together. Coach Brian, I know he's over at Moore. Congratulations to him getting his first win this weekend, and I know he got that off his back. And anytime you get that first win, man, it's tough because it's hard starting off, 0-1, 0-2, 0-3. Next thing you know, you're scratching your head like, what am I doing right and what am I doing wrong to get my team on that winning streak? So, congratulations to Coach Jones, man. I mean, getting that big win over Choctaw. A couple big teams went down this weekend. Carl Harbor's number 1 in 5A. They got knocked off by Coweta. Coweta's been tweeting and jamming, and I mean, I think they're asking everybody who wants to smoke now. They posting stuff on Twitter now. Who wants to smoke? And I think I don't know what happened to be that. What was the final? You say 49-14 or
for the Coweta Carl Harbor, I think it was 44-14.
44-14, man. That's a lot of points, man. And I know Reed got hurt on offense, but defense is giving up 10 points.
Yeah.
So I mean, defense is going to have to get some things fixed because you're going to have the Bombers come to town, and you got Muskogee with one of the best up and coming quarterback, and I think his name is French or something like that. So I tell you, man, you got your work cut out, and I tell you right now, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I know Jones and Dale City look good, but you got to watch out for that. I mean, I saw that Bixby, not Bixby, but Bishop McGinnis' line.
Yeah.
Woo. Woo. And Muskogee got a big line. That's what I'm saying. Folks, man, people getting better. They're getting better each week. Kids are they're moving in and they're stand and it's like the NBA. Hey, let's go put an all-star team together. Everybody's doing it now. I mean, OSA ain't checking nobody's doors. I mean, we see that every day. Kids moving in and moving out. And I mean, shit, you can probably transfer tomorrow and be on a different team. So that's how it works. I ain't mad at you. You got to do what you got to do. I mean, hey, if I'm coach, if I'm a high school coach, I'm gonna try to get the best players to come to my program.
How you gonna do that? What you gonna say to them?
What am I gonna say to them?
Yeah, to get them over there.
We win.
That's it.
We win.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty good pitch.
I mean, what you gotta say? If you win it, you win it.
It's a pretty good pitch.
I mean, what you think Coach Montgomery say? I'm Bixby.
I'm a winner.
I'm a winner.
50 straight.
50 straight. I mean, hey, we need to play 50 Cent songs for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He dropped that. Don't forget. But folks, man, like I said, y'all want to bring Irvin on? Y'all want to talk some more? Or
we can go ahead and bring Irvin on, and then
we can do a recap real quick.
Do a
talk
recap
about some of the games. Some of the games coming up. We got Harrah coming off this week. They're going to jump off this season against McLeod. We're going to try to make our way, man. Like I said, last week was really fun. Us three been on the sideline, and I'm going to tell y'all, folks, this man's the real deal. If the video stays up, you get to see his face. He's the real deal. He's been dropping some great videos. Nobody else take credit for that. It's been R.T. Sherman. Hey, if you want him to take pictures at your wedding, if you want to take pictures at your daughter's, what's the things that the Cinderella do when they turn 16?
Quinceañera.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Hey, he's the real deal, man. I tell you, he dropped some good footage on Dale City. He dropped some good footage on Choctaw. I do appreciate the people that's went on there and liked it and retweeted. The people at Dale City, I know they jamming over there, boy. They partying. I tell you, it was a great game.
Both sidelines were very exciting and ready and very supportive, man. Those communities did a really good job of supporting their teams.
I will give it to Choctaw's student body section. They won the best around.
Yeah.
We can hear you. We can't hear you.
And you know, Dale City fans at the end of the game started saying that.
Yeah. I tell you, man, I ain't gonna lie. I got kind of nervous, man. It's not that I ain't got nothing. Dale City, I do more with them because I do the Coach Jones show. So I've gotten closer to Coach Jones. I know somebody text me and say he's my buddy. No, we're friends. You know,
I wouldn't even put those titles or labels on it. We're here at Keep It 100. We're willing to partner with any and everyone. So Coach Jones was one of those who stepped up and said, "Hey, it's a win-win for everybody. I like to recognize my kids in my program, not only in football but other sports as well, including basketball." You had the good Coach Lenny Hatchett on there as well. So anyone that's that has the time, that's willing to partner with us, we would love to sit down with you, interview you, and partner up with you so that we can recognize those kids and your coaches and your teachers and your fan base and whoever. Just just give us an opportunity, and we'd love to make that a win-win situation. That's the real meaning of winning is one.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we don't have ties to nobody. I mean, I don't have no kids playing. He don't have no kids playing. We
not
love
football anymore.
Not football, but
yeah, we done.
Yeah, but I mean, hopefully he can go get him a state championship in wrestling. My son will be wrestling this year for UCO. You know, I'm ready to get that going. But I tell you though, man, we are here. I'm loving the support that we're getting from other, you know, people that do the same kind of work we do. You know, the one guy kind of tweeted me this morning and said he wants to do some work with us.
Yeah.
So it just tells you, I mean, we're doing some right things. Or am I going to make everybody happy? No, I'm not. But that's not my job to make everybody happy. My job is to talk sports. Somebody might think I'm feeding you BS, but I would say most of the stuff that I say and talk is the truth.
But, you know, that happens at all levels, from CNN to the Daily Oklahoma and all over that. It's your responsibility to give the good, the bad, and ugly. And, you know, no one really wants the bad and the ugly to get out. No. They just want the good. So when you start giving that bad and ugly, they kind of shy away from it or try to encourage others to kind of distance themselves. But at the end of the day, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Just try your best to do your best and leave the rest to just whatever happens. Let the cards fall where they fall.
And that's it. And that's keeping it 100. But, folks, we're going to take a quick break real quick. We're going to get the man DJ Irvin, the 4-year starter quarterback for the Midwest City Bombers. Black and gold, baby, the real black and gold. We'll have him on, the two-sport star, baseball and football. And I know
Midwest City's Kyler Murray. Is that what
that's Midwest City's Kyler Murray. That's what he is. But I know they're preparing for this week's their weekend their game opener against the Colorado Titans. So that should be
Midwest City bragging rights.
Woo-wee!
Man.
Yeah.
But guess what? Midwest City got to go get Dale City the week after. So we really going to
that'd be the Mid-Dale bragging rights.
I know,
I
but
wish
man,
all three of them could play.
Man, but
I don't understand that because, again, we don't know a lot, so sometimes we may say things that may not make sense. But if I had the opportunity to make the decision,
I'm playing all three.
I'm going to keep Mid-Dale Profits in Mid-Dale area.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
And you got to give it up to Choctaw.
And they're all in 3 different districts, so the first 3 games you can play each other like that, and it really wouldn't hurt your playoff.
I mean, I love it that Choctaw, you know, when my boys were there and Eve was there, they played against Dale City. I love that, man. I love that. I mean, Choctaw's brought themselves up that, hey, they're a contender, so people should want to reach out. You know, Corvus went out and got teams from,
he went to Texas, Virginia, Arkansas.
Yeah. I mean, he's reaching out.
He's not running from anybody.
No, and that's what you should do. You know, I watched the team earlier, you know, on ESPN, and I was like, man, you know what, Dale City. Now, I will say that the team, it was from Illinois. It was one of their teams, man, high school team, and their front line was like college guys already.
Yeah.
But so I mean, you can tell. But it was a prep school though, so you're gonna get the best of the best, kind of like the IMG, you know. And, but you know,
who lost, by the way?
They did lose.
Oh, they did lose.
Yeah, by 7.
Did David Stone get in the game? I didn't get to see. Yeah, so
he got in there.
So think about if Dale City had David Stone, and I think Coach Jones got some things he got to do because I mean he still gave up 34 points, and that's supposed to be one of the better defenses in the state. I tell you right now, I mean, and I know there's a big difference playing a small 6A into a 5A team. Just watching that Coweta Carl Albert game, you can see the different size of the kids. I mean, Coweta got some big kids, but not very tall. They're not 6'6" and 6'7". I mean, they might be like 5'11", 260. But I mean, it ain't no big giant. So, but folks, we'll come back after one of our sponsors, and we'll have Mr. Irvin on Keep It 100. What?
Oklahoma High School Sports.
Right back.
With 25 years experience in the industry, Linex Customs OKC is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle accessory needs. Specializing in spray-in liners, lifts, levels, wheels, tires, bed covers, and anything else you need to make your ride look and sound better. Call Eric and the boys at 405-778-8878.
Welcome back to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. We are on the phone with Midwest City's own starting quarterback and star baseball player, DJ Irvin. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How are you guys?
We're doing good. You know, last time we had you on the show, that was like 2 years ago. 2 years ago that we last had him on the show. We went out to one of y'all's practices, and
that's right before they was going to play Stillwater for the district championship.
That's right. So,
yes, sir.
So you know, what's been going on in your life since then? You know, since last time Keep It 100 was out there talking with you.
Really just working to get better since then. You know, it's always working to get better.
Yes, sir.
That's cool.
Like
That's
that.
cool. You said two-sport athlete, but I call him Mr. Triple Threat. He plays basketball as well.
That's right.
He's a hooper. He kind of put up the shoes, though. I don't know why.
No, he still got the skills.
He still got the skills. Man. He can shoot that three. I mean, I remember his dad. His dad's is a hell of a guy, man. I've known DJ's dad for a while. You know, he does a lot of the umpiring, but in the sports, he's been there. I mean, I know he's a big fan of his son. Both his boys are great. DJ's brother was a good receiver, played at Miller City. DJ, I tell you, though, it's so funny because he just kind of talked about it. 2 years ago, you was out there, starting for the quarterback. You've been a 4-year starter, and now it comes your senior year. Do you feel like it's going by real quick?
Yeah, I do, actually. It feels kind of unbelievable that it's my last year.
So, with all that's being said and done, I know last year you guys missed the playoff. And I know, you changed the new offensive coordinator, and I think this offense that you're running, I spent a lot of time with Coach Thomas. We talk a lot, but, I mean, he's highly – and I mean, everybody knows, you're a hell of an athlete. I'm going to keep it 100. With this new offense, do you feel like, hey, man, we can do some things to some teams that, we could do last year?
Oh, definitely. I feel like we could put up some numbers this year that'll look pretty good.
So I know, like you said, you're a baseball and a football player. I know you're moving on to the next year. You'll be playing college ball somewhere. Are you planning on trying to play both sports, or you gonna try to just stick to one?
If I could, I would love to play both sports, but right now that's still kind of up in the air.
So I know you got some D1 offers. I mean, is there some schools that you got on your map that you want? Is there somebody that you're looking at and you're waiting for that them to pull the plug, or I know you got a couple, I think was it Navy, Air Force? I know they've kind of pulled the plug on you. I mean, want you to come to them. Is there somebody else you're looking at, or are you kind of interested in both of those schools?
I'm definitely interested in the schools that have offered me, Navy, Army, and Air Force.
Okay, you got all three, baby.
Yeah. And, I'm still always keeping my options open. And
there you go.
Yeah. So, sorry, go ahead.
No, you got it.
All right. So, those three schools, are those offers for baseball? Are they offers for football? Or are they offering you to do both?
They have both offered me to play football. They've told me that I will have the option to play baseball if I'd like to.
There you go.
That's nice.
So, going into this year, we keep it 100 over here. Midwest City's been down the past couple years. I remember when I was in high school, we were going to play Midwest City, and we're kind of shaking in our boots a little bit. They were a tough team to play when I was there. But who are some of the guys who are going to be some of your weapons this year? Some of the guys that we're going to be hearing a lot of this year over there at Midwest City.
I really think our receiving core will be pretty good this year. We have, Kenneth Colston out wide. We'll have William Broyles again. Jamarion Hamilton will be pretty good. And on the defensive side, we'll have some pretty tough guys too. Rasheed Arnett, we'll have Khalid Knight, and he's pretty good. And we'll have Josiah. He's good as well. Our backs, they're young, but they'll be pretty good too. Jalen Woody and Lassier LaViolette.
There you go. And then, y'all are preparing to play, just crosstown rival, Carl Albert this week. You got them week one, first game, they already got one under their belt playing Coweta last week. Took a pretty bad beating. So, they're going to be coming back for vengeance there, especially with it being a rivalry. What do have y'all already started preparing for Carl Albert? Were y'all watching film and game prepping last week, or what was going on?
Oh yes, sir. We've been preparing for them for a little bit now, getting ready for those Titans.
Yeah. I know last year you guys played them. It was a tight game. I think it had been a 13-9 or 10-9, a real low scoring game. Like I said, I know a lot of that is going to change this year. With that offense, I know Coach Thomas is excited about y'all's offense, man. He thinks that you guys can put up some points. I know we went and watched Dale City play Tata the other night, and he's like, man, DJ's going to do this, DJ's going to do this, DJ can do this. And that's good when your coach got that much confidence, because you are a ball player, man. like I said, I mean, you've seen everything. Everybody's throwing the kitchen sink at you, man. You think you were starting at a young age, as a ninth grader on a varsity team. I remember the first time watching you play. I think it was up there against Lawton, or I watched you on TV, and I said, man, this kid's gonna be special. And you lived up to all the hype, man, and not just on the football field, but the baseball field. And that goes a long way, like you said. I mean, a guy that's played so many games at a varsity QB. I really think you kind of bit a little bit by the snake because you're not as tall. But I think if you're walking around 6'3", 6'4", you got every offer in the nation coming after you because you are a dual threat. You can run and you can throw, and you got great speed. So, coming into your last year, have you set yourself some goals?
The biggest goal is always to win a championship, get a state ring.
Yes, sir.
And, all the other goals are just smaller ones that'll follow up to that one.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Well said.
RT,
I've known or been around DJ ever since he was at Steve. Like I said, seen him play basketball, football, and baseball. One thing that you guys don't know is that just as good as he is on that field, he's even better in the classroom.
That's what's the most important thing.
Army Swiss knife. He can give you anything and everything that you ask for, and that's what makes him very valuable as a recruit.
That's big time. So do you take, like Archie just said, do you take your grades just like you take your sports? Because, I mean, there's life after football, and we've been trying to preach that to each young man or young lady that we talk to, because sometimes kids get caught up so much about where they're going to go and am I going to make it to the NFL? And a lot of kids don't make it to the NFL, and so you got to have a backup plan, and having that degree, a good degree, and going to be able to make yourself good money and live comfortable and not beat your body up is a good thing. So, do you kind of know what you're going to major in when you get to college?
Yes, sir. Right now, I'm looking into some type of engineering degree.
There you go.
That's big time, man. I mean,
Smart man.
And I tell you, going into the Air Force or one of the academies, you're going to come out as an officer, man, and you're going to retire in 20 years and be making more money than me and your pops already. And that's me keeping it real. Hey, I'm just keeping it real here. But, DJ, like I said, man, I know you got a chance to play for Coach Hall, man, a Hall of Fame high school coach. I mean, he's won a state championship at Star Spencer in Booker T.
Yep.
And I know you guys dropped down to 5A, and looking at y'all's schedule, do you feel like it's going to be a little bit more, hey, we got a chance to get into the playoffs? And then last year being in 6A small, what's y'all's goal of trying to get to the playoffs?
Oh, well, I feel like I'm really confident that we'll definitely make a run for it this year. The competition isn't as good, and that makes it better for us, honestly. I'm just excited to play some new teams,
Oh, that's good. That is. I mean, I know you guys got to do a little bit of traveling, You don't get to stay here in the backyard like your competitors, Carl Albert. Y'all got to travel a little bit, man. Y'all got to get on that I don't know what y'all do. Y'all take charters or y'all take the little yellow bus?
No, we have athletic buses for the district.
Oh, yeah, the Middale's got the nice athletic buses.
That's nice. I'm glad you ain't taking that yellow bus trying to drive down the road to wherever y'all go for and beating yourself up. By the time you get there, you're paralyzed.
Man.
Hey, man,
that's right.
Hey, them yellow buses will beat you up, man. I mean, you get off that bus.
It'll wake them up.
It'll wake them up.
Yeah, DJ, who do you think will be your toughest competition in your district? You have Lawton Mac, you have Altus, Ardmore, Duncan, Elgin, El Reno, and Noble. And I believe El Reno just lost, I want to say. I think.
Okay.
El Reno
looking at it.
Ardmore got a nice quarterback as well.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
Do they have McAllister on that schedule too?
No, Lawton Mac.
Lawton Mac, okay. I always get them mixed up.
Looking at it, I think it'll probably be either Ardmore or Lawton Mac.
Yep.
I mean, that's big time. I mean, like I said, would y'all got them at home? They got them at home, or they on the road with it? Because we'll be there on a Friday night to catch you and Carl Albert. So, let me look real quick. E, can you pull that up? Their schedule, they're at home, and they got Lawton Mac on the road? Or?
Yeah. Let me see.
Lawton Mac is on the road.
Lawton Mac on the road.
For sure.
And then what about Ardmore? That'd be another tough one. Where's it at? Is that at home or is it?
Ardmore is at home.
Well, that'd be a good game.
There you go.
We'll keep it 100. Be at that game. Like I said, I mean, this your last year, man. Are you telling the team, hey, whatever it takes, I'm gonna put you on my back and get us there? I mean, like I said, being a 4-year starter, I know you got a lot of pressure. You know, like I said, you want to win one. Is your last year going out. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing more pleasant than winning the state championship, putting that ring on, and selling off to college and saying, man, you know what? Because Mississippi State ain't won a state championship since when? Andy Collier?
96.
Wow.
96.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time, man. I mean, they need to bring something back. You know, we finally got our bomber helmet up here on the show.
No, I take it back. 95.
95.
Yeah.
No, they.
Yeah, I
Jonah-
believe they won in 94 and 95. But you got to remember this, that last year is 96, 97.
Jonah them got beat. Yeah, Jonah them got beat
against
by
Jinx, Rocky Kalmans. Yep.
and them there. So DJ, like I said, man, I mean, I wish you the best, man. You're a well-spoken young man. Everything that everybody talks about you is the truth, man. You're a good leader in the classroom and on the field and on the baseball diamond. You know, you could have been one of those kids that said, hey, I know Mississippi's baseball program is not where it needs to be, but you stuck it out and played there and done some big things, and that's what I like about young men. You know, a lot of these times, man, it's easy to pack up and go to the next place and jump on board with somebody else, but you stuck it out and been a bomber through and throughout. So I know that comes from, you know, your parents being there for you, because, I mean, like I said, you know, wearing that black and gold is special, man. I wore it back in the early 90s, man. I mean, and back then, you know, we was a powerhouse, and I know Coach Hall is trying to get it turned around again, and it will get turned around again. Everything goes through a cycle. So
I think it'll start this year.
That's it.
And
Yes,
speaking
sir.
of that,
Yes,
going into the playoffs, if you are number one coming out of your district, it's a good chance you may see Carl Albert, Bishop McGinnis, or Guthrie in the first round.
Woo! Man, I mean, you're
Well,
supposed to have a cupcake that game, man. Your first game supposed to be a cupcake.
Yeah, that District 2 with Carl Albert, Bishop McGinnis, and Guthrie has always been the strongest in 5A.
Woo wee!
And we'll be ready for whoever we see.
Right,
That's
there
it.
you
That's
go.
That's the most important thing. You're gonna be ready, man. But like I said, good luck to you this Friday night.
Yep.
We'll be out there to catch the game and see you, and maybe catch a quick interview. But you got to go take care of business this Friday night and get the season started off right. Tell your dad I said hi, and always keep it 100.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Well, folks, that's DJ Irvin.
Triple threat.
Triple threat. DJ Irvin. That can play a little bit of basketball. I know he hung up the cleats, but I tell you right now,
Not the cleats, the basketball
shoes. My fault. He hung up the Jordans. Hopefully wearing the LeBrons if he's a winner.
What
But-
if he was wearing some like we had two of those pro wings back
Well,
in the
you know,
day, where
I
you
think
marking up the floor
I
and
don't think
sliding
I
everywhere?
don't think nobody wear those no more. T.
They
I
don't?
think DJ's dad's gonna get him a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's gonna
Yeah.
get him something. I mean, we didn't have that opportunity because we came for 320 what?
East Bowen.
And so I think DJ is going to have better shoes. But I tell you this though, man. Like I said, he was a outstanding basketball player. But it's hard, RT. You know what it is to try to play, especially baseball. You got to hit every day if you want to stay on top of your hitting. You got to hit every day. And baseball is so hard because if you're not hitting, you fall behind. And then you can't hit that slider, you can't hit that curveball. And if somebody's throwing a 98 fastball at you, you're like, whoa, hey, baseball's tough. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the guys that play it, I got to give it up to them because you got a little ball coming at you, and then it might curve at you, and you dancing and running. Because I'm going to be dancing and running.
Yeah.
Jeremy Woods made me retire from baseball.
Yeah.
He threw a curve at me, and I'm still swinging at it. To this day, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. But, folks, we're going to get into a little bit of recap from last week, and then we're going to talk about some games coming up this week. And then, and like I said, this show should drop sometime Wednesday. RT has been putting a lot of work in with videos and getting the right things out there.
Actually, I've just been having people send me the videos, and I just put it in the app and hit auto, and it just put it together. Seriously, a lot of the footage is already out there.
Oh, that's good stuff. You gotta teach me that then, because maybe I get myself looking
I mean,
as good as yours,
so if
man.
you got pictures and videos you'd like for us to put together, please hit us up, and we'll do what we have been doing. And like I said, we just drop it in the app and let the app do its thing. Whatever comes out, comes out.
Well, we're going to probably, I know one of the things I know we've talked about, like I said, we are going to do the scholarship. It might not be 1,000. I think we're going to do a 500 this year. I think, Eric Sanford, Jay Hunt, and then Jeff Blake is going to help donate money to the good cause of a kid getting a scholarship. I mean, it's like everything, inflation's went up, so, money gets tight and everybody don't want to give you money. And I understand that, but if we still can give out 500 to a young man or young lady, I know the young lady that got it last year, she's over at
Redlands.
Redlands College, El Reno, running cross country, and I know she's enjoying that $1,000. I don't know what she did with it, but I know she got a smile on her face. I saw one of her cross country pictures.
Actually, I caught up with her just a couple weekends ago. Saw her at a friend of mine's baby shower. She
has some ribs under the car.
Just no, she she was able to get everything paid for, so she'll be going to school not having to pay anything out of pocket because of scholarships and everything.
And the good thing about that, the 500 is already locked in. It's early in the year, so we may have a chance to get an additional 500 later on in the year.
You know, and I tell you, man, it's cool that we can do that, man. And I got to give a little bit of love to OK Prep. They've been retweeting our stuff out.
Yeah, love to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it, man. We're here for everybody, man. We might give you a hard time about your team, but that's me. I mean, I'm a joker, you know, and that's what it should be. This show should be fun. It shouldn't be nobody out here stressed out thinking we're going to lose our job because only person that can fire is who?
Ourselves.
No, we got one. You know, she tough on us.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm still a volunteer, so you can't fire a volunteer.
He ain't no volunteer, folks. He here full time. He got full over tonight. He's full time.
I borrowed it.
Hey, I tell you right now, man. I sent these guys a text this morning, and I told them, man, I love having them both on the show. They make it fun. We got a chance to hang out Friday night on the sidelines, man.
What a great time that was.
Man, that was awesome, man. Shout out to Coach Jones. Seriously, your fan base, the administration, your coaches, the Eagles Nest, which is the high school students, just about everyone. I mean, everyone was very respectful, made you feel like that you were at home, asked you, did you need anything? And that's exactly what it's about. And I want to say that Jones allowed several media outlets to come out there and help give not only for Dale City but Choctaw as well, give them more exposure and recognition of what those two great programs have been doing these past couple of years. And since Coach Jones has been presented or given an opportunity to become the head coach and athletic director, he doesn't have as many resources as everyone. And so for that man to do what he's done so far in a short amount of time, hats off to him. I hope everyone will continue to support him. I think they got a really good team. I can see them going deep into the playoffs, if not getting to the championship game and winning it all. But just like in any other team, what's important is staying healthy and just controlling the controllable.
And that's it, you know. And Coach Jones is one of those guys, man. I mean, he's a head coach, but you know what? He's gonna listen to what you got to say. He wants that influence. And you know, it's his second year. I think what he's done over Dale City, man, is turn that program around. Not saying it was in bad shape before when Don was there, but I just think that he's kind of grabbed the bulls by the horns. Is that the right term? And taking that program and says, hey, you know what? We're going to go to the next level. We're going to win a state championship. And I think he will win a state championship before he leaves out of there. You know, would it be this year? I don't know. Because
when was the last time they won district?
It's been a long time. I mean, it's like 19-something. I had it on my deal.
District, they won district champions. Or are you talking about previous for last year?
Right.
Okay, yeah. Before
to do that in your first year?
Yeah. That's crazy.
And like I said, I mean, he's sitting at what, 12-2. He lost 2 games last year. I mean, is that right? Mm-hmm. He might be 11-2, right. somewhere in that range. Yeah. But he lost 2 games last year. Mm-hmm. He lost to Booker T, but he plays this week. Mm-hmm. I know that he's going to go up there on that turnpike and try to get some things done. Booker T's not as the team they were last year. You know, they lost some good players. I mean, I think one of their running backs left them, went over to Jinx. Playing over there, but they still got the kid with Tees.
Yeah, Tees. I think currently he's committed to Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken.
And they got the quarterback that's been there, also a 4-year starter. So, I mean, he's going to have his work. He's going to have his work cut out. He's not going to go down there and think it's going to be easy.
But he had a great warm-up game.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I tell you, man, either team could have won that game or lost that game on Friday night, but it was a great high school football, man. It got down to, when they got up by 18, I thought it was over. But, still, he brought them back, man. And
he was down by 18 and still came out and threw that pass in one play. Boom.
Yeah, that play to Will Smith. I mean, it's crazy to see a guy that big that's able to create that much separation and, catch that pass.
He definitely has size.
Yeah. So. Will's a good ball player, man. I tell you, man, I mean, you got some great athletes around here, man. I mean, I tell you, Kanigel, he put on the show.
Real deal.
I put a tweet out. He's a human highlight reel. I mean, every time the ball was in his hands, he was making a play. Or even when the ball wasn't in his hands on defensive side, he went and got it. He went. He put the ball in his hands and made plays. And I mean, it was a team effort. Yeah, no doubt. But
you got to give it up to Day-Day.
Yeah, Day-Day played first game. Varsity quarterback. Went out there and played a hell of a game. Super efficient. You admit
four touchdown passes, no interceptions.
No interceptions. Didn't turn the ball over, and he did well running the ball. And I think he managed the game well too.
He
managed the game really well.
Yeah,
so he really for first time starting at quarterback at varsity.
that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, that I don't think you could have asked for a better performance out of him. Really, I mean, it was just really fun to watch, and he brought those guys together on the sidelines. I remember he was. I was listening to the conversations they were having on the sidelines. That's what I do. I listen in every once in a while. I'm a little nosy, but
nosy Rosie.
Yeah. So he was putting them guys together. He's like, let's go put some more on the board.
Yeah.
He was getting his team pumped up. So it was really fun to watch. Being on that sideline. On enemy territory, I had my guys on the other side of the sideline.
He was cheering for Choctaw on Dale City side. He was he not? I mean, Stover got a good
man.
catch.
Yeah,
Hey,
Connor Stover. I mean, he's my guy. Met him. It was my senior year, his freshman year. So I got to give Connor a shout out. All of his hard work paid off. He was one of those guys. He wasn't getting any much playing time or any attention. Was a JV guy, freshman, sophomore, junior year, and finally all that hard work paid off.
Right,
so to
right.
see him on the Friday night lights, see him go up there and make plays too. He made some plays, and it was fun to watch. Guy that's like a little brother to me, go out there and do his thing.
And that's really cool because you were there at Choctaw and you gave your all and you enjoyed your experience. So just because you're part of a podcast or going into the journalist field, that doesn't mean you're ever going to forget that experience. So
absolutely not.
It's always going to be good for you to always support and put a shout out Choctaw.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, and you should. That's where you graduated from, and that's where your heart's at. But I tell you, man, one of my favorite kids on the Choctaw team is Jack Smith.
Jack Smith,
number 8, man. I mean, he had a couple good catches, man. I mean, I think the kid, it's a good ball player, and people's missing out on him because I think he is a real deal. I think Choctaw don't have the receivers they had before that can stretch the field. But I think when you got a guy like Will Smith that's tall like that, and you got a Jackson, you can do some things. I mean, the running game wasn't as good as it has been. I think Juju is a star in the making. I mean, young man. He's only just a sophomore. Real quick. I mean, I don't think I would probably tell him if I'm a coach to get up the field a little bit more, maybe quit dancing a little bit. The trail, it's hard for the trail to get going, man, because, I mean, there was some big popping going on, man.
It definitely was. I seen one kid, sometimes you're overshadowed by some of those kids that got the D1 offers, but the young man, number 12, McAllister, you're probably mad at me for saying this, but back in the day, Little League, they used to call him Boo Boo, but the kid can go. All of his brothers, his oldest brother, Javion, played ball, and I think his next to oldest, Jamari, I think that's how you pronounce his name, as well as his sisters. They're all athletes, and their parents is definitely great support. You see the parents everywhere. I don't even know how they have a job, how much they support them and get them back and forth. But going back to Choctaw, this was my first time seeing Steele play in person.
Yes, sir.
Steele is the real deal. To be able to stay in that pocket under pressure, and then you scramble out, you step back in, you scramble out, and still to keep making plays to throw downfield. I'm excited to see him play for the rest of the season and can't wait to see him play at the next level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's done some big things. He's grown up a lot, man, and that's what it's all about, man. And nobody wants to lose. I know when Zoe gets beat, man, she's upset, and so
naturally, if you smiling because you got beat,
you ain't a problem. You
got
ain't
a problem.
Yeah, we got a problem, and I want you to be upset, pissed off. Something. I want to play them again. Which they won't get that matchup because one's 5'8", one's 6'8".
That's it.
So I mean, it was a great matchup. I mean, next year it'll be at the Bee's Nest, and so.
But how's that? I honestly, and this isn't a knock against Choctaw. This is me keeping it real. You have a good general such as Steele running everything. Those are huge shoes to fill. Who's the next man up?
Man, I don't know that. I mean, I kind of run out those kids after this year. I don't know a lot of those young men that's coming up, man. But I mean, I think Cash Williams in it. I already got another quarterback that a kid that just moved in from Guthrie. So I mean, they're going to do the right things to get the next. I mean, Corbin runs that offense. So I mean, the next kid is getting prepared. And you're right, it's going to be tough shoes to fill. But they've had tough shoes to fill before. Thad Williams was over.
He's a good quarterback, very good.
You had Hudson. Hudson Woods, Jeremy's boy. Was a good QB. So it happens. The deal between all those other QBs and still is that, man, that he can make things happen. I mean, he keeps the play open. There's never, I mean, the first touchdown he threw, I'm telling you, folks, he's sacked.
Yes.
And I mean,
still threw it.
And still threw it, and scored a touchdown. Yep. And so you're like, I mean, third and 15, that ain't nothing to him. He don't have no pressure. He's gonna go get that.
If
first
I was
down.
Coach Jones, my game plan would be for my DBs. If that kid run off the field and get on the bus, I need you to be sitting there next to him. I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah. No, you're right, because I mean, I'm telling you, man. I mean, whoever's going, I mean, the next defensive coordinator for the next 11 to 12 weeks is going to have to prepare for him. There's really no preparing. I mean, you don't know what he's going to do. You can't slow him down. I mean, Dell City got guys on that defensive line that's going D1, Power 5, and they couldn't.
And he
slow
broke
him down.
straight up the middle for 80 yards.
80 yards, lefties. See ya!
And slowed down at the end. Look back at him.
Yeah. Nigel did the same thing when he got that.
That's
one
true.
Too,
Yeah, but he didn't outrun the entire team. He started from the line of scrimmage right up. Man of Steel, you did some Moses type things. Took it back. You parted the Red Sea.
He parted it up.
Dell City, what? Red?
Yeah.
Parted the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Straight up the gut for 80
But
yards.
I got to ask this question before we move on to somebody else, though. You got 30 seconds left in the ball game, and he's running the show. Why would we not spike the ball there? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta take a
questionable.
You gotta take a chance in the end zone, especially when you got a kid like Will that's 6'4", 6'5", and he's already caught on you earlier, and you got RJ on the side, and then you got there's all different things.
You got Stover too. He's got some length, and then you
saying.
got Jack Smith. I mean, you have some guys.
I know the parents and everybody, because I mean we can make fun of it. I mean, that's what we do on the show, and that's what we're supposed to do on the show. ESPN's gonna make fun of it.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
I mean, Stephen A. Smith, he probably cussing you out right about now, Corbin. If he would have been at the game, like, what is that man thinking? Stephen A. Smith. But I'm just saying. But at the end of the game, though, I thought it was bad clock. I mean, do y'all feel the same way?
It definitely was. I mean, it was. I think there's
Anytime
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Anytime you leave the game with a timeout, that you can't explain.
Well,
that.
maybe
A game that close, you leave him with a timeout. Absolutely.
Right, when you're down and you're driving
But
and you have the ball
they let,
and you got
like,
one
40
timeout
seconds,
and what within like 30 yards or so.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got a time to take 2 shots and call 2 plays.
And not only that, they were making plays up the field too.
Yes.
They were able to do that. I mean, definitely some questionable play calling, some questionable decisions made. But at the same time, I'm not the coach. I'm not. I mean, everybody's gonna have things that they say that they wanted to do differently. That they. It's like, well, if I was in that position, I'd do this. Everybody has those those comments,
right, but I'm saying though,
but the entire coaching staff,
somebody got to call timeout.
Yeah,
somebody gonna say,
absolutely.
"Hey, you got one."
I mean, I'm over there standing right by the ref. I'm over here doing this. I'm on Dell City sideline. I'm over here trying to do it for Choctaw.
Hey, man,
but,
give me my fly swatter.
Man, you get that away from me. But
But I'm saying though, man, that's the only thing you got to say. It was like a deja vu from the state championship against Bixby. It's like it's the same going the same way.
Yeah, same way.
They had a timeout, didn't call it.
Had a timeout, didn't call it. So
Or
I
something
don't know.
like that. I don't know.
Okay,
I think they actually.
I got another question.
That was a long time ago. I don't know.
They have a great kicker. Why were they going for 2?
I don't know.
That's just I remember right when we started doing that. Coach Corbin, he had talked to the coach at the time. He was at Pulaski Academy. I don't know if you know anything about Pulaski Academy over there in Arkansas.
Yeah.
So he had a philosophy that he went for 2 every time.
Mm-hmm.
And he always went on 4th. He never punted.
Yeah,
And then always went for 2, and he'd onside kick it every time as well. So
But and then there was an offsides. So on the PAT,
on the PAT, there's offsides.
Closer.
And then you
But
don't.
he had just ran that 80-yard touchdown, though.
Yeah.
He had just ran that 80-yard touchdown, so he's probably tired. But you had the other.
You had
what I'm
Cash
saying.
Williams. You saw him show up in a Wildcat formation at a certain time of the game.
Is,
I mean, you had options.
When you're going for the PAT and someone jumps off sides, it puts you closer.
Then you go for 2.
Kick it then, and not go for 2.
A little bit of backwards thinking there.
I think it's first game jitters.
Could be.
I mean, you're preparing yourself, getting yourself, but you coach enough games, so you should.
And maybe some of it might have been,
But time out. You got to get on Coach Jones, though. You had guys sit on the sideline. I've never heard one time nobody say, punt team. I mean, you got kids over there chilling, and they ain't got. I mean, they had bad clock management too. He called 2 timeouts in the third quarter on defense.
Early in the third quarter.
You shouldn't be calling timeout on defense. What are you calling timeout for? You shouldn't.
I think Choctaw was driving and he wanted to slow it down and regroup the guys.
But you got guys jogging off the field. Get your butt off the field. They got a 12-man on the field because we got a guy jogging off the field, man.
So basically what you're saying is Coach Jones need to regroup with his assistant coaches
Yes.
because that's not his responsibility.
No, you're exactly right. But punt team, special team coach should be on third down. Punt team. Get ready. We're not doing nothing. I didn't hear none of that. You was on the sideline with me, and he knows and he'll address it. But I'm saying, I know it's first game, so you do make mistakes, and both teams only had one scrimmage. So those are things you work out in scrimmage. But I'm just saying, those little things like a timeout, you can't take a timeout to the next game. He can't take that timeout to this Edmond Santa Fe game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So you got to know your assistant coach, your quarterback coach. Somebody should know. Damn, even your damn athletic director. He should know. I mean,
if you was the head coach, would you be mad at your player if it was like 3 seconds left and they said timeout?
No.
Okay.
No, because I mean that guy runs the offense anyway.
Right.
You can see his hand motions over to run the offense. You know, I mean, it's just like, and I will say, man, being a high school football player, I mean, I don't know how many fans there was. A lot of people there, the band going, everybody screaming. Man, I don't know how I know those coaches are yelling at those players. I heard Coach Jones yell a couple times to the defense, to the linebacker, and that kid's looking at him. I know that kid can hear, and I'm kind of standing close to him, and I couldn't hear him. So I think they got to put some kind of hand motions. But like I said, on the timeout, it should have been called. You know, the punt, the kid goes down there, and he makes a good tackle, but he in a face massing. Those are the things you can't have in big ball games, man, because they're going to come back and bite you. But we're going to move on, though. Give it up to Coach Alexander for getting his first win as a head,
Alexander.
you know, for Public
PC
City West, you know, beating Western Heights. That's owned by the city now, 48-0. Congratulations to him. What? I'm just keeping it real. And then moving on to Deer Creek and, you know, getting their win
over Edmond North.
Over Edmond North. I think Edmond North, they got a great receiver in Cedric Frazier. They played at Choctaw, ended up going back home. Tweeted his stuff out today. Cedric Frazier.
He was at Choctaw?
He played at Choctaw for a little
freshman
bit.
year.
For freshman year.
I mean, kid's a good kid. He got good speed. I mean, he's about a 4.2, 4.3 kid. He's kind of big because he's short, but Tulsa's offering him, but I don't know how that's going to go. I kind of talked to him this morning, but hopefully he can get that offer. You know, we talked about the Choctaw Dale City game. Like I said, great win for Coach Jones, beating a 6A team, 6A small team, knocking off the number 1 team in 6A small. And so, I mean, they'll fall a little bit in the rankings, but it all plays itself out. You got to get up to, sophomore. What did I tell y'all last week? I said, Colorado might be in trouble. 7-7.
Yeah.
Sophomore come to play.
That's true.
I mean, they knocked off Public City North, a team that's supposed to be pretty good. That's a. I mean, I know it's a small 6A, but sophomore had 20 kids last year.
Yeah.
They had 20 kids.
6A1 team has 20 kids?
Oh, they had 20. They might have had 30. A couple cheerleaders suited up when they helped out when they needed help.
Oh, man.
What?
This man's a clown.
We're going to put him in timeout.
No. You got one? You better use it. I'm saying.
But yeah, shout out to Southmore, though. You know, after not getting a win last season.
Big time.
Going winless last season, you go out and get one week 0. You win that first game of the season. I mean, that's huge, and that'll just that'll continue into a snowball effect into the season. Now, granted, they have a tough schedule ahead of them, playing in the very heavily loaded 6A1.
Hey, Big E, I think they're gonna win by 5 games.
5 games?
I'm gonna take. I mean, as you see, I mean, like I said, I watched that Colorado game today. Colorado has a pretty good defense. You know, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I don't know if they found their identity yet, because you know you got some new guys that's moved in. Have they found themselves yet? You know, I'm just being real. Me watching the game today, I'm watching like, man, everything's kind of like, you got some stars, man. That Tyson kid,
he's the truth, man.
I mean,
I love that kid.
I mean, you can. I mean, now you went to a more of a passing attack, and you got, you know, the kid that signed with Iowa State. What's his name?
That's Tyson.
That's Tyson.
No, I'm talking about committed to Iowa State. Well, number 7. What's the big kid? The big top Washington.
Trey Washington.
Yeah. I mean, that kid's a real deal too. I mean, they got some players. So I think going with this new passing attack, you'll see where they're at. But I just don't know if they found it. They got the big tight end. I mean, just, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Caleb Cornell.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch the game. How did he do?
I mean, nothing really like. I mean, you got to be. I mean, you could have done too much. You got to be 40. What was the score again?
44-14.
44-14. You didn't do too much. They scored all the points the first time.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I don't know how much you did. The kicker did pretty good, you know, but I'm just saying, it was a Spywater, whatever his name.
Yeah, I think he's only a sophomore.
Just a sophomore. He kicked the ball good, so I mean that's a good price point. But I tell you guys, I know jumping back, I told y'all in that Dell City game, I said when that guy kicked that field goal, what I say, that's going to be the difference in winning the ball game.
That is true.
Both teams had good kickers. Choctaw's kicker's really good, but he ended up shaking one though. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got a text and his girl broke up with him or what. But he kicked it. He kicked it wide.
Same thing with the Dell City kicker on that kickoff.
Yeah, he had that short
did,
kickoff
man.
that led to that bomb.
That was the difference of the game,
Yeah.
of them getting the game back going. But Sand Springs, big shout out to them. They got the win. I mean, Sand Springs, a team that is going to battle Choctaw for trying to win district. Beat Sapopa, which I thought Sapopa's going to they're going to be a decent 6A small team. No, they're 5A. They're 5A. I think Sapopa's 5A, I think. They are 5A.
I think they moved up to 6A.
No, they were 6A. They moved down. Because the boys played them when they were
that's
sophomore.
right. That's right.
Muskogee, I think the sleeper. They played Enid. I think one of the Woods brothers is coaching over there. I think Enid's going to be a little bit better this year, but Muskogee found a way. I'm telling you right now, folks. This is big time, and they were talking noise a little bit over there at Bishop McGinnis. Where you at, Putnam City? I don't know if there's a little bit of beef between them two, but they were kind of tweeting some things out. But Bishop McGinnis beat up on Putnam City at Putnam City. At the original Putnam City, 52-17. Woo! Taffy had a good game. I'm telling you, man, I think he's one of the best backs in the state of Oklahoma. But, man, you're going to be the best back in state of Oklahoma when you got your offensive line going 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". I mean, they got some monsters. If we get a picture there, I'm gonna have you put that picture up because they got some grown men playing over there at Bishop McGinnis. And I don't know how they do it because
always got
they do it year in, year out, though. Year out. I mean, every year they do it. Jumping into Big 6A. Scores real quick. What
you had obviously we talked about it before. We had Bixby and Owasso opening game of the season. Bixby winning that game 49-14, and at the beginning it kind of looked like it was going to be a close game, and then they go back to halftime, and Bixby got back to what Bixby does, just steamrolling opponents. So let's see, another game, a really close game, and 6A1, you had Jinx versus Edmond Santa Fe. Jinx wins 13-10.
So tell me this, man, because that's Choctaw's next opponent, Santa Fe. Do you think they got a chance, guys, to go in this to Santa Fe and beat them?
Yeah. I think they can go in there and they can regroup this week and iron some of those things out, and I think they could, but it's going to be tough. I think you can't. I'd say Edmond Santa Fe's just as talented, if not more. Maybe they're right around that talent level as Del City. I think they can.
Go ahead, B.
You're good.
No, but I was just saying, I don't know if they got the same type of athletes. I think they're going to be well coached up.
Yeah, well coached for sure.
But well coached up. You played one of the better teams that just won, and those two teams played 2 years ago for the state championship.
Right.
But and you turn around, and you play that team to a 13-10 game, and Jinx. I mean, they got good running backs. They got over 150 kids on the team. Mm-hmm. You can pick for who you want to play, but I just tell you right now, Santa Fe is probably a little bit better than what people thought they were, and it kind of proves that when you can play the number one team in 6A big, to a deal. But I think, be honest with you, I think the best team in 6A big is going to be your boys Union. Man, I saw their hype video. Ooh.
Yeah, they went over there and they beat up on Westmore 57-10. So
Westmore went down there and got beat up on.
Oh, that's true.
That was a long drive home for Zoe. I mean, I'm planning on having Zoe on the show.
Let's get him early.
He got Choctaw next the week after, so we'll have him on the show and talk about, because he got UConn this week. That's going to be a big challenge for him. You get beat by UConn and you get beat by Choctaw. I mean, you sitting at 0-3, and I'm telling you right now, hey, he knew going into the season the seat was hot. I mean, I don't know if they turned the boiling water on yet, but if you keep losing, man, I'm telling you, ask old boy from Nebraska.
Yeah. Well, all he has to do is be sure to beat Moore and Southmore.
I don't know if he's going to be able to beat Moore and Southmore.
I didn't say that he could, but I just if he beat them both, he can at least say, if y'all firing anybody in the Moore district,
it ain't going to be him.
It's not going to be me.
Yeah.
But the Southmore coach going to get a year because it's his first year. So
you
they're
hope.
both folks, so
you hope not everybody get the same opportunities.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep moving on that.
So yeah, next game, you got Moore versus Ed Memorial. Moore wins 55-35. That's a good job on Coach Bryant. First year as a head coach over at Moore, and wins his first game as a head coach over there. So shout out to Coach Bryant. Let's move on. Let's see what we got. 6A2. We already talked a lot about it. These 6A2 games.
6A2 games. We're on 5A now.
Yeah, 5A. Let's see. We already mentioned Carl Albert and Coweta. Carl Albert takes a tough loss.
Ask you a quick question on Carl Albert. Can they bounce back?
I think they can. I mean, it's Carl Albert. You got that winning tradition over there. It's just the culture over there. They can bounce back.
From my experience of just going all the way back to about 2009, they never been in a situation where you lose a valuable player on both sides of the ball.
That's true.
Reed was the starting quarterback. You've seen what he did last year, over 2,000 passing yards, almost 800 rushing with only 2 turnovers, right? He also is he's a better defensive player. He's an athlete, but he's a better defensive player. And so as you bring in Cash, who is a great passer, we've seen him pass in baseball as well as 7-on-7. But varsity play in a battle with younger linemen, I'm not sure how that will work out, but I do know that they got the coaching staff to put the right pieces in place and develop them. As I've always said, the depth is a concern to me in football, with it being a collision sport.
Yes, sir.
There's so many injuries, and then you start throwing in illnesses and other things that you cannot control.
You can't control that.
But I can tell you this. If you go all the way back, and I keep saying this, to 2012, they lost so many games in the beginning of the year and then won like 5 or 6 in a row and won it all. So as Ethan is saying, you can never count out those champions.
But you had Stevie Thompson at quarterback.
Yeah, Stevie Thompson was the real deal.
Yeah, Dylan Lewis.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah. I mean, Corey
Zangari.
Yeah. You had some ball players, you know. I'm not saying they don't got that now, but and it's also a different man running the helm too, though. You know, at that time, you know, Rose was still doing
Rose,
right, so,
and then you know Corley took over, only lost twice in his 4 years, and then last year was the year that it was the first time they ever lost in the
semifinals. Yeah,
so you're right.
Coach John got some big shoes to fill, but I mean he can get it turned around. I mean he's coaching Texas. I mean he knows the right from wrong, and hopefully he can get it right. I mean now.
Well, I think what's good about him is he didn't come in stepping on anyone's toes. He just truth be told, I don't even know if he even really coaches any specific positions. He just kind of walks around and put all his trust and support in his coaches, and just say, hey, let me know if you need something, and every now and then he'll chime in. So that same formula that Rose left is still there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But like I said, who we got next year? You got Piedmont.
Yeah, Piedmont and Noble. Low scoring game there. You got Noble winning 12-6. You know, I don't know much about either of these teams, but you know, close game. I'd imagine it was a defensive game. Probably a game that was won in the trenches. And then, let's see, who else we got? You got Guthrie beating Ponca City. We had talked about Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, you know, Ponca City had the lead of that game, you know, most of the game. And I guess Guthrie kind of took charge and took care of business. But, you know, Guthrie is a team that took Colorado last year to a tight game.
Tight game, really good game. Probably one of the best games of the season last year.
Yeah, so I tell you, that district's open because, you know, like I said, you know, Reed goes down, so you're using your backup / starter now, QB. I tell you, it's going to be really interesting to get that guy to the floor what he needs to do. But Guthrie's a team you can't sleep on. You got to come play. I mean, you saw that. I mean, they beat up on Ponca City, which is a small 6A small team. So it tells you right there. And they had to drive up, which it ain't that bad of a drive, but they had to drive up to Ponca City. Then you got Chickasha and El Reno. El Reno I thought was going to be a little bit better, but Chickasha is always a team that fight. The fighting chicks is what they call them. So it just kind of tells you right there. And then you got Chakota versus East Central. East Central must be bad. So everybody that's on this board, have them as your homecoming. That's the only thing I can say. I mean, you get beat 42-9 at home. I guarantee that everybody was getting free hot dogs at halftime.
Man. You hate you wasn't there, huh?
I was mad. I'm not there because I would have took 3 or 4 in a second. So, McAllister and Broken Bow.
Yep,
Woo!
just about to mention that. Another close game, 34-24. I think I saw something on Twitter during the middle of the game that Eric McCarty had left the game with a hand injury, had his hand iced up, and I don't know if he ever got back into the game after that happened.
He never went back.
Yeah, so wishing him a speedy recovery, of course. You know, hopefully, I don't know all the details. I don't know the
good thing is, even if it's something broke, you can put a cast and bubble wrap on it and
get right back to it.
And run the ball?
Defense.
Oh, I mean, they're going to need him at running the ball. I mean, that's where his money's at.
No. He's not going to college to play running back.
Oh, he's going to play defensive back?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, big time. Go do his thing, big boy. I ain't mad at you. Then you got MacArthur and John Marshall.
Yep, MacArthur winning.
I mean, John Marshall, you know, I mean, they're still kind of down. John Marshall Bears back in the day, man, they used to be one of the teams. You know, Mike McDaniels played there. You know, they used to be the real dogs. But MacArthur's a team that
what was that, 95 or 96? They went undefeated in basketball and football.
Yeah. So
wow.
I mean, it just kind of tells you. But they moved to school though. They should have kept it over.
They should have kept it over there on the other side of the tracks.
Yeah, other side of the tracks. You move to the other side, you ain't gonna get the same type of kids. I'm just telling you.
No, it's the same district, I believe.
I'm giving you a hard time. Then you got what? I think could be one of the better teams in 5A. Ardmore over Eisenhower. I think Ardmore got the best quarterback in 5A. So I just tell you where he's at. Then you got Poto over Bishop Kelly. It just kind of tells you right there. You know Poto. I think they're not even 5A. I think they're a little bit smaller. I think they're smaller. They might be 5A. I can't tell right off the books right now. Then you got Elk
4A.
City. They're 4A. So I mean, that tells you right there. You know, go beat up on a 5A team, Bishop Kelly. Then you got Altus getting beat by Elk City. So
Altus is 5A. Elk City's 4A.
You want to jump down to 4A, Big E?
Yeah, 4A. Let's see what we got over here at 4A. You got Kingfisher and Clinton. You had Clinton winning that game. Clinton, they were the ones that they were the state championship last year.
Tornado.
Yeah, and played in a close game to Kingfisher, but ended up coming out on top. What else? Jones and Bethany. Jones, they have a new head coach there. First year head coach over there at Jones, and unfortunately, he drops his first game to Bethany, losing 26-37. So Bethany getting the win in week 0, and then
Bethany has a good team. They got a good little
they do.
Team.
Yeah, they got some athletes over there. Let's see.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
Tuttle over.
Tuttle over Cash. Tuttle always been one of those top teams in 4A.
I mean, they was in the state championship last year.
Yeah, the state championship.
Red Tornadoes put it on them 35-0.
Yeah, and then you got Newcastle over Cleveland. 38-0, shutting them out. I don't know.
Coach Stoddard, man, he's struggling over there, man. Thank God he's a hometown hero because he might be coming back to Choctaw and be the offensive coordinator. I mean, he's struggling over there right about now. In the last few years, it ain't been good. But I mean, and I know a little town like Cleveland, man, you ain't getting a lot of move-ins and a lot of people ain't trying to come out there. So hopefully he can get it together because right now he's been struggling the last few years. And I love you, Coach Sleep. You did big things. I mean, when you was over there with the Yellow Jackets.
Absolutely. Let's see. Let's move on to 3A. See what we got going on in 3A. You got Pauls Valley over Lindsay in a close game. Pauls Valley wins 21-12. You got, we already mentioned that game. You got Lincoln Christian over Holland Hall in a big time win, 56-7. Lincoln Christian plays Holland Hall, beats them. And then let's see. What else we got? You got Cassia Hall versus Victory Christian. Cassia Hall gets a tight win, 26-21. Let's see what other 3A games we got. I already mentioned that one. You got Lone Grove over Anadarko, winning 55-26.
Double nickel.
Yep. And then let's move on to 2A. See what we got going on in 2A that we haven't already mentioned. You got Washington over Vian.
Washington's probably the best team in 2A. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, shout out to Coach Feuerborn over there. He's over there coaching the offensive line at Washington. So, coached those guys up, got them a win. See what we got. You got
OCS won.
Yeah, you got OCS over Christian Heritage. Winning 23-13. Any more games over here on 2A? There's a lot of teams that we'd already mentioned just because it's when we're looking over here. You got 2A teams playing 3A teams and vice versa.
Yeah.
So
I'm moving on to this week's big matchup. Man.
Let's do it.
Starting off in 6A, you got Norman North versus Norman. Hometown hero. That town's gonna be jumping because don't OU open up this week. At home, so Norman will be jumping all
UTEP
weekend.
this week.
I think Norman North will get the win. You got Deer Creek versus Edmond Memorial. I think Edmond Memorial got one of the better quarterbacks, but I think Deer Creek is the real deal. They're trying to get there. I keep telling people time and time in, I think Deer Creek's going to be the new Bixby in small, 6A small. I think they're going to get kids in. They got the kid from Hoover. I mean, when you got a kid that can move in from Hoover to come to Deer Creek and he picks that school out of all the other schools, hey, that's a good little pipeline. So I think Deer Creek will get the win over Edmond Memorial. You got Union over Broken Arrow. I think Union is the best team in 6A. One kid left, one team to become the quarterback to this team. I think Broken Arrow got the win last week, but I think Union's going to show everybody why they're number one. I mean, see what they did to Westmore, beat them up and send them home. It was pretty bad, So then you got Moore looking for a second win against Edmond North. I think Irvin North lost last week, but I think Coach Brian to get his second win. And you got Bixby going up against one of the Arkansas teams. You heard what Mr. Williams said. They're a tough team. But Bixby, I think they got to get that passing game going before they can try to get that another state championship. I think it's going to be hard. I mean, me and he argued the other night, and he's like, man, Tony, you spoke too quick. But I'm still thinking Bixby going to lose 3 games this year. I'm going to say that with a chicken sandwich. If anybody want to bet me,
Bixby
you can hit
losing
me
3 games this year?
Yeah, they're going to lose 3 games this year.
Nah.
I mean, Coach Cole, don't get mad at me. I'm just keeping it real.
I'll put a chicken sandwich on
that
that.
chicken sandwich.
We'll put a chicken sandwich on
You
that.
got Ponca City, both teams coming in and having both lost. I think Ponca City. I don't know. No. I'm gonna go with the Woods. I think he's got that turnaround a little bit, man. I mean, and that's one of those kind of like Lawton. It's an Air Force base, so you don't know what you're gonna get year in year out. So kids might be here, then they might get stationed somewhere else.
Well, you know what? You don't even have to be stationed anywhere. The way the trend is going is
pack up and just go.
Just go. Hey, holler at the AD and then find a way. They'll find a way to get you on the team. Because these last few years, I done seen so many move-ins.
Yeah.
That it was impossible to
do that.
You know what I
should start? We should start?
What?
A Keep It 100 moving service.
Man, you might be on to something because
it's
a lot of moving. Well, according to you, you say they're not actually moving. But the point that I'm making is I've never seen that happen so often. Back in the day, it was maybe 1 or 2 kids.
You might get 1 or 2 kids.
Man, it's like every school we talk about. Yeah, this kid came from here. This kid came that's the new thing now.
It's a new shoe.
Yeah.
If it fits, you got to wear it. Yeah. But now you're looking at 2 teams right here. You got Owasso versus Jinx. Owasso took a tough loss, lost the best receiver for the year, Cole Adams. I think Jinx. I think they're going to show people, hey,
he's out for the year.
I think he's out for the season. Is he out for the season?
I cannot confirm nor deny. I don't know.
I'm sorry if I'm giving fake news, but I thought he was out for the season. Maybe he's not. The Alabama commit. We will. Search that real quick and let you know. But I think he's out for the season. That's what I heard. But I might be wrong. But, if you got an Alabama commit, you might not come back and play, though. And that's what I think a lot of these kids do now.
You're right.
They play soft, and I don't want to get hurt.
But not only that, if you're playing other sports, last year, you want to focus on that sport because this is a perfect example. And I know sometimes, teammates or coaches or even fans get upset with that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, that's that person's body, and they have to protect their own investment, including their life. You know what I mean?
You're right. I mean, you should play something that you don't want to play. I think going into the Mustang sophomore game, I think Mustang, everybody's talking about the Jacoby Johnson kid. They signed with OU. Kid had a bunch of offers. It's so funny. You look at the Jacoby Johnson kid, and I'm not hating on nobody, but man, how you go get Jacoby Johnson, but you to go get Nigel, man? I'm just telling you.
He's a real deal.
He's a real deal, man.
Nigel, if you watch this, you might want to rethink. You might want to open up your recruitment.
Say at K-State.
They
already got you. Man,
you go somewhere where you want it.
Where you want it, man. You don't jump. Hey, they didn't want you before. Why you want me now?
Man.
I mean, that's just real talk, man. That's real, So, but I'm just saying, I think you're going to find out if sophomores the real deal. If they can go knock off Mustang, hey, they're going to be a contender. There'll be 2 games. I said they're going to win 5. So then you got UConn and Westmore. So you got to win this game, man, because you're going to have another tough game next week with Choctaw coming to town. So hopefully Zoe can pull that out. You got Edmond Say and Choctaw. I think Santa Fe. Oh, that game's at Choctaw. Okay,
it's at Choctaw.
Choctaw winning that one.
Choctaw, it's at home. I mean,
it's at home. First home game that Choctaw community likes to show out.
So you think they're gonna have a smoke machine because they didn't have it up on Friday?
I don't know.
They ain't no lights
maybe
going.
Maybe they got something else playing. You never know.
I mean, but you got to bring the smoke machine. You spend all that money on that smoke machine. Where the smoke machine at?
Don't ask me.
They say maybe they saving it. I don't know. But I think they're going to win.
I think they will too.
Steele's going to do his thing.
But Santa Fe got a couple linebackers, a couple D line. I mean, I don't think
it didn't stop him against Dale City. He's going to do his thing.
I got to give it up to that number 52 for Choctaw. That boy blocked his butt off. He did. Watching the film a little bit, he did a good job against Foreman. Man, I don't think Foreman had any sacks at all. And this kid's going to Oklahoma State. So Foreman, you better step your game up. Because you made that kid. Hey, if I'm that kid, I'm putting that on.
He didn't do it by himself.
No. Who?
The kid.
You said he had backup? He had double team?
That's what you yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess.
Come on, we can rewind the film.
Yeah. And I got an update on the Cole Adams situation. It is saying that he is expected to be sidelined for at least the regular season. So they're thinking maybe.
What did I tell you, folks? I keep it what?
100.
Hey, man, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going to keep it real with you.
I wasn't saying you were lying, Tony. I just didn't know.
Just wasn't sure.
But, you just wanted to take a time out at that point.
You said
he just wanted to take a time out. I don't know why he wanted. I told you the truth. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's move on to 682.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
What else we got? You got we already mentioned at Choctaw, Santa Fe. You got Putnam City at Muskogee.
Man.
Nothing's wrong.
Okay,
you got Putnam.
Delay a game.
Yo,
Oh man.
let's get out of here.
You got Putnam City at Muskogee. I think Muskogee's going to come out with the win.
Muskogee's going to beat the brakes off them. They ain't going to come into town to Carl Albert next week and say,
Ooh.
"Ooh-wee, Rough Riders."
Hey, here's a good game right here. You got
Rough Riders. Rough Riders. You better get it fixed.
Yeah.
Hey, Muskogee got a line, boy. You saw that number 73.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw it.
Yeah.
You sent me the video. That big boy, man. Hey, he walking through. I'm telling you, they quarterback's the real deal.
Yeah.
That boy can go. Ronnie said that last week on the show. Ronnie said Muskogee got one of the best quarterbacks. He's young.
So you're saying Muskogee's beating Carl Albert?
Yes.
I mean, it really depends, man. I mean, I just watched the game, and nobody take it because I was calling a homer talking about, well, you love Carl Albert. Man, I love everybody. But I'm going to keep it real. You can't get mad if I keep it real. You can't get mad when I'm talking about Choctaw. But then if I say something bad about this school, well, you talked about Choctaw. I'm talking about everybody. I talked about my own school, the Black and Gold. I talked about Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't talk about Harry because Coach
Bleak.
Coach Blink ready, boy. He got you know who he got this week.
McLeod.
McLeod, boy. They hate McLeod.
They right
man.
down the street.
They right down the street. That's going to be a gunfight.
That's like Midwest City, Dale City.
Yeah, hey, that's here in a couple weeks. That's going to be a good one. But I'm just saying, you can't get mad if we say something bad about your team. It's a talk show. I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, I love everybody. You know what? We're going to sit here and be like that. No, we're here to talk about it. If you don't like it, don't tune in. But you're going to tune in because you want to hear what I'm talking about anyway.
No, they can come on the show and
Hey,
speak
come on,
their truth.
That's it.
There
Come
you go.
on.
It would be like the Sports Channel, have a little call in.
Call in. Let's
Call in
I
segment.
doubt that happened though. If they already have reservations about you speaking the truth,
They don't like the truth?
They're not going to call in. They're not going to give you the
So you
opportunity.
think we got a bunch of haters?
I don't know what you call it.
Because I think we do a pretty good job getting film.
Well, you know what they say. The truth hurts, but it also sets you free. So
That's it. That's Big E.
You know.
Preaching. We
That-
got TD Jakes in.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just Ethan. I don't know.
Woo! Where we at, man? We running out of time.
We got Del City at Booker T. Washington, a rematch of
Del City beats him. I mean, you know, I don't think
I got
Booker
Del
T,
City this year. Yeah.
I don't think Booker T got enough on the plate to play with. I know they got the kid tees, but yeah, you know,
Is,
when you got-
their quarterback Boone, is he still there?
he's still there. He's been there like since he was in 7th grade.
Yeah. So I mean, he's still pretty taunted. And you got
Yeah, but I'm saying he's gonna go get that. That Del City's back. That Del City backfield's
wrong?
pretty good though.
What's up, RT?
Y'all know he's good.
Don't
That
be
Del
on
City
one.
backfield. No, I ain't on one. I'm just keeping it real, man. This is what the show's all about. You like, hey man, wait a second. I'm gonna get y'all.
What is going on here?
What?
Let's go with my new look.
Your new look.
Yeah, shit.
What is you doing?
Man, you know, I told Zoe.
What is that? A dog?
I ain't never had hair, and my baby girl want to see me with hair.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Here we go.
You got that. I like the color
You like
in
the
there.
color?
Yeah,
Here
like the
we go.
blue and the purple.
Man, I
a
want to
bit.
be cool like some of them coaches on the sideline, you know?
What coaches got hair like
Man,
that?
I mean, I don't know. He had good. I ain't got a mullet yet. I'm trying to make it to a mullet.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Help me out a little bit. That's what we do here, folks. We keep it 100. I put my hat on. She said a new hat. 100. Where we at? I got to look like this now.
You
My
trying
baby
to
girl. My baby girl want me to have hair, and I got hair this week. And I'm
Man.
keeping it 100. You like it? You like the look?
You look like man. What
Ain't your baby, man?
Rasputia?
That's what we do here, folks. We keep 100. You know, last week we had
Medea.
Medea.
You got
Yeah,
it's a Medea talk show
What
over
up,
here.
yeah, Medea
Man.
talk show. Oh man, I'm losing everything. But you know, I want to go. My baby girl wanted me to have hair, so I'm going with hair. But no, real
But
talk.
going back
though,
to it, man. What coach got hair like, man? You ain't no
Yeah.
coaches on the sideline looking like that, man.
Man, that was a coach that had that moment, man.
If you got a mullet out there, call in. I don't hate
Oh,
against you.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Business in the front, party in the back. Maybe we can interview the mullet, whatever you talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we can go in there.
They ain't got to show up, but the mullet can. Well, I'm
love
just trying
you
to
guys,
piggyback on whatever you.
I love
Trying
you
to
guys,
make it
man.
something. I don't,
Yeah, I was like, where we at, Biggie? We gotta get out of here. Man.
Yeah, we got
We gotta go, man.
it's five. We got 5A. Let's just we got to run through these real quick. Del City at Booker T. I got Del City winning. Midwest City at Carl Albert.
Ooh-wee. All right, T, we gonna let you pick this one. That's your home school.
I don't know anything about what's going on lately in Carl Albert. I mean,
Why is that?
Well, you know, come on.
You know, after
No,
hey man, hey, you,
I didn't mean it like that, but I forgot they close
almost
practice.
broke the show. But you know, you know, I think Carl Albert, they might have to, you know, after losing a couple guys, they might have to go look at the wrestling team, get a couple guys off the wrestling team.
They have wrestlers.
Man, somebody tweeted that out. Like,
they got. No, seriously.
Yeah, somebody tweeted that out.
Seriously, Brock.
Oh yeah, Brock Johnson. He's a dog.
He's a state qualifier.
Yeah.
He a champion though.
Not in wrestling, not yet, but he has 2 more years to do it.
Okay. What weight is he at?
This year it'll be 215 or 210.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Brock,
Yeah.
do your thing. Brock, is it Brock Johnson?
Yeah.
I heard his name called a couple times. I'm gonna finish watching that film when we get done with this. But no, man, I mean,
Then that linebacker, Cody Longstreet.
yeah.
Yeah, and his brother, Caden.
But real talk though, man. I mean, that's gonna be a good game. That Memphis City Dale City game's gonna be. I mean, Memphis City Call Up game gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
You know, Cash is getting his second start.
Mm-hmm.
He's my neighbor. I might go down there and play catch with him real quick and get things worked out.
Get him warmed up.
Get him warmed up, baby.
Or maybe you gonna play center.
I do like a center now, huh?
Yeah.
See, folks, I get teased all the time. I don't get upset. I ain't gonna go cry.
Are you gonna wear the helmet? Which
Nah.
helmet you gonna wear?
If I'm wearing a helmet,
Yeah.
which helmet you think I'm gonna wear?
I don't know. I mean, they're playing Midwest City, so how
I'm
you
gonna
gonna
wear
be
the black and gold, dog.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, my daughter went to Colorado. You ever see me in the Colorado?
But if you're trying to get Cash prepared the game, you know,
No,
you
he
might
gonna
want to. You might want to have to wear that.
No,
Carl Albert.
I
get
did
him-
see
I'ma
you.
get him-
I did see you in some Carl Albert gear.
Time out.
I did.
See, I set y'all up.
No. I
No,
did
wait, let
see
me-
you. I did see you.
When?
It was Halloween. You had on Olivia's cheerleader suit.
Nah, I ain't never wore no
Oh,
cheerleader.
Yeah, you
wow.
did.
But time out. Let me say something real quick. He said, I said, I'm going to get Cash ready to play catch. I want him to get used to throwing because my barber's going to pull it off. Come on, Coach Hall, go do your thing. I love you, Coach Dunn. I love you, Andy. Hey, love you guys. But I'm saying, Andy, you know you're going to be cheering for them Bombers. You're an ex-Bomber, too. He's a Bomber.
Yeah.
Real quick, though, man. Andy got
was
one of
the
the
last
best.
one.
Hey, Andy got one of the best QBs. He's trying to keep his secret, boy. His boy can go. That boy can go,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Andy, quit hiding that film and let us see it. That boy can go, man. Be proud of that baby boy. I'm telling you, that
He
kid
is,
put some
but
work
you know,
in.
you want to keep
He
him
want-
humble and keep him
humble.
out of the,
Man,
you know.
hey,
the,
that boy
the-
put some work in, man. I'm telling you right now, man. He's ready for high school football right now.
They may go with the whole, like, you know, kind of like with this year, go with, like, you know, that dual quarterback type deal when his boy get up there.
Nah,
Because
that-
Cash got one more year unless he decides his last year
Cardi
to
gonna
focus on
start next
baseball.
He gonna start next year.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's
Gonna be a
really
4 year-
good.
No, I'm being real. This ain't
Yeah.
no joke inside. Collier will start for any Middale team next year. That's real talk. Let's keep it 100. Everybody can get mad I'm saying that, but that's real talk. I mean, the kid can go, man. The kid got good feet. He gonna get bigger, stronger.
Yep.
I mean, if he can even get 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", he gonna have a chance to play at the next level. Seriously.
Man, that'd be so cool for him and his brother to play.
Oh yeah,
In high
next-
school, that's
is
gonna
his
be
brother
nice.
the center?
I don't know anything.
Man, that'd be cool though to have. I mean, I saw how it is having two sons on the same team, man. That's pretty cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get the moving, man.
Yeah, let's get to 4A. Obviously, the big one you got Hera at McLeod. You know, probably the biggest rivalry in 4A.
Who's gonna win that one?
I got Hera. You know, we went out there and you know we saw some of their guys and they looked ready. You know, we were interviewing them.
Luke is the
and-
real deal, folks.
Wait,
Luke.
but does McLeod still have that one running back?
They still got the running
Yeah,
back.
they still got him.
the running back.
They still
But
got him over there.
I tell you what Harris done. They've changed their game plan a little bit. I mean, they used to be more of a powerhouse team. Now they're throwing the ball on everybody. I got a couple clips of them in their scrimmages. I mean, they're gonna air it out when you got big time receivers like a kid like Luke that's standing 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", that can run and he can jump. I mean, it just tells you right there, you know. And a lot of these small schools don't have the big time DBs. You know, you get down to Bethel, man, their DBs are sitting about 5 foot. So I just tell you right now, man, I think Harris going to have a field day. If they can control people on defense, they're going to see themselves in the playoffs again and win that first round.
Absolutely. And then another good game that RT was pointing out to me, you got Elk City at Bridge Creek. You know, that should be a good game. Elk City winning last week. Bridge Creek, they'll be opening up their season at home against them. So see how that game goes. And then you got Clinton at Bishop McGinnis. You got you got a power.
Woo, that's a good boy.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, Clinton's a state champion.
And then you got Bishop McGinnis. They've been pretty
So
good.
who you think win that game?
McGinnis all day long.
I got McGinnis.
I mean,
All
but
day long,
Is
man.
it Clinton winning that wishbone though? Man, that's hard to prepare for,
They
man.
wishing for a win, but I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Okay, I'm gonna go with you guys. But I think it's gonna be a close game. I'm gonna say 28-21.
All right. We'll go to let's move on to 3A. You got Heritage Hall at Millwood. So that should
Millwood
be.
is down, man. Go
Oh, are they down?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, they got some players over there, but Heritage Hall has been doing it for the last few years.
That's true. That's true. And then you got
Count them Falcons out.
yeah. You got Jones at Lincoln Christian. I think
Christian, man,
I got
win
Lincoln
that.
Christian in that one. Let's see. Where did I see Sulphur at Washington? I got Washington winning that game, of course. So and then I got to give Little Lax a little bit of love. My guy Bryson Hunt's out there, defensive coordinator, and I think his brother's also coaching out there. Not sure what he's coaching,
Hey,
but
you better quit, boy.
I just got to show a little love
Okay,
out there to
because,
Little
I mean,
Lax.
why
You know,
you think- why
my
you think-
parents graduated from
Why
there.
you-
One of
why
my
you think-
guys.
Why you? Well, I mean,
I just got to show him some love.
they didn't win when Coach Philborn was out there.
That's fine.
I mean, it's
Hey.
a good stepping job to get yourself noticed, but man, I mean, come on, man. Little Lax ain't got nobody moving. I mean,
Hey, I'm just
moving.
giving them
That's
love.
one place-
I'm not
that's
going to
one
say a
place-
winner. I'm not going to say a loser. I'm just giving
understand
Little
that.
Lax a little bit of love.
That's one place we ain't got to
Who's
worry
who's
about.
out here talking about Little Lax?
I know, but I'm saying
Keep it 100 is.
Keep it 100.
So, there
but
you
that's
go.
one
Shout out
place
to
you ain't got
Little
to ever worry about our new business that we about to start. Keep it 100 moving vans. You ain't got to worry about us moving anybody to Little Axe. Ain't nobody going out there to go play football. They probably moving out. We might move somebody out, but ain't nobody moving in Little Axe.
Yeah.
Sorry, Little Axe. Good luck to you this season, but you're going to probably end up 0-2. Sorry. 100.
you got Elgin at Anadarko. That should be a pretty decent game right there. Let's move on to 2A.
Don't laugh at that.
Man,
I put my wig
You
on.
on one today,
you
Tony.
put the wig on. You done. You just I don't know.
You
You a character, Tony.
Yeah.
I like it though.
You got to have fun, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
we having fun. We're
I
having
mean,
fun.
that's the thing about we all have a unique relationship. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I don't know what he is. So he's like a little brother, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Good guy, man. If you ain't met ladies, if you're looking for a good man, there he is right there.
Talk him up, talk
Yeah.
him up.
Ethan
He
Davis.
came out to the game with his J's on.
Had his
You know what I
J's
mean?
on,
Yeah.
his jeans all
I was the
creased
only
up.
one that didn't have any. I felt out of place. You know what I mean?
I mean, you still trying to rock them pro wings? You talking about?
Hey, but I'm bringing them back.
Hey, bring them back.
You know what I mean?
Maybe we can put pro wings, keep it 100.
Hey,
Boom.
There we go.
Yeah.
You on to
Hey,
something?
you on
now.
to something.
Yeah.
Hey, let's keep moving, man. I'm ready.
all right. Let's talk about Class 2A. You got so many games going on here. You got
I
Hennessy.
know, right? When you get to 2A, man,
Yeah.
you're like, holy cow! I
Yeah.
need my glasses.
You got Hennessy taking on Crossings. That should be a pretty good game
Yes,
right
sir.
there.
Remember, I found out
Yeah.
who Crossing was last year.
Yeah, They went on a pretty good run last year.
Out there off the wireless way.
Yeah, and then you got what other games do we got in 2A? I don't know a bunch of these 2A games that we didn't already mention. You got
A lot of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
you covered a lot of them.
yeah, because a lot of those teams are playing. Yeah, a lot of those teams are playing 3A. Yeah, so
to get that experience.
But yeah, I guess that will do it for that. Is there anything else we want to close with?
Man, I just tell you, man, everybody stay safe, man. And like I said, speedy recovery to Reed, to Quasi. I know
Absolutely.
we joke around and all that, man. And, you know, people's going to like what we say and don't say. But at the end of the day, it's all for fun. You know, you got to have fun, man. We try to be one of the funniest podcast shows around. You know, like I said, none of us, like RT said, he's still a volunteer, but no, he is full-time. But we're going to keep doing our things. We'll be at that Midwest City Call-Opera game. Hopefully, you know, if that game gets out of whack, we might run over to Hara and McLeod. Man, I'd love to see our guy, Coach Blink, man.
Yeah.
We are going to give him some love this year. We're going to be at every game. You know, we're going to be at somebody's game
Every
every
week.
year. If we got to travel or not. You know, RT's free on Friday nights now, so he can jump in the car and we can
We
go.
might have to take a little trip
Man,
down
I'm
the
not
turnpike
free.
at some time this
I still
season.
got to support my Titans.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
They got a big game this week. So.
Right.
Ooh,
And then,
we're going to go watch the
yeah.
Titans this week.
And then they got who's Carl Eber have week 3?
They got
Muskogee.
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 Rough Riders.
So, I
They
mean,
coming to
yeah.
town. Rough
Yeah.
Riders.
So you know they got some good games coming up, and then but yeah, we just want to thank everybody that supports Keep It 100, everybody that supports what we do over here. You know, we saw a lot of y'all show us a lot of love on Twitter this past
Yes, sir.
weekend. We
Yes,
appreciate
yes.
that.
Appreciate
We really do appreciate.
All you got to
that.
do is hit like.
Yeah.
Tata, hit like. I mean, ain't
Yeah.
that hard? It's like,
But
We gonna make a tutorial video on how to hit like.
hit like.
hit like,
How you do it?
retweet.
Show me how you do it. Get thumbs up. I love it when we get those thumbs up. Hey, one thing
Yeah.
that somebody did shout
Oh,
out
yeah.
on Keep It 100 on the video, they want us to kind of.
Do some timestamps. I'm
yeah,
gonna work on that.
timestamps.
You know, I was thinking about that. You know,
The show's long.
It's a long show. We cover a lot of things
cover
over
a lot.
here, so it's a long show. We get it. So you know, sometimes you just want to listen to if you're out there in Bixby, you might just want to hear that interview that we have with William, so we'll have that time stamped on there for y'all this week.
Cool,
so we'll have that.
Appreciate that
either,
feedback.
Yeah, either in the video or I might place it in the description.
Yeah.
You'll just have to go and look at the description, and it'll have the time stamps in there. You'll just click that, boom.
I like that.
So we'll have that for y'all this week, and then that's all I got on my side.
Yeah, we'll be doing the Coach Jones show either Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon. And it'll drop on Thursday morning. I know he's going to be kind of excited to talk about the game. Big win for him and his team. Moving on, I
think he's going to be more excited now about Booker T because he wants some payback there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So I mean, you can't celebrate one game. One game don't make nothing because I'm telling you right now, Choctaw's going to be in the playoffs. DLC's going to be in the playoffs. So I mean, that one game doesn't affect your season. Now there's the last game of the season, but it's one game. You live, you watch film, you get better, and you move on. And then everybody learns from the coaches to the players, parents, everybody. Be smart, respect each other's team. Even coaches at the end of the game, man. It's at the end of the day, it's a high school game, man. Everybody saw what happened up in Texas at a little league game. We don't need that same result in a high school game. And everybody gets fired up, man. Coaches get fired up. You lose. Nobody wants to lose. But at the end of the day, you got to teach these young men how to be winners, even when you do lose. So, and that goes for us up here. I'm one of the big smack talkers around, but I love it, But at the end of the day, man, I got to come home to my baby girl. Football, like I said, it only takes you so far, and I had to learn that. RT put that in my head, and like I said, don't take everything that we say personal. But part 3 will drop soon.
Yep. Yeah, we just want to thank you for tuning in for another great episode of Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports.
We'll see you next
Sunday.
Yes. See ya.
Hey, see ya.
I gotta keep it 100. My man keep it 100. My ladies keep it 100. My peoples keep it 100. 100.